Good evening, folks. Friday, thank fuck. That's all I can say, eh? Yes, wonderful. I'll tell you, you'll be sick of the sight of me. I think is this the third stream in this week? Am I? No, I'm. Hey, we've got Robert as well. How you doing, mate? Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, this is the third live stream this week, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, thankfully it's Friday, and it's warm, really warm. Not going to complain about it. Would I want it like this all the time? Absolutely not. The problem with not just Scotland but the UK in general is we're not geared up for like warm weather. I mean, once it starts getting dark and winter kicks in, it feels like we get about 10 months of cold, and then you get a tiny wee bit of nice weather. So I'm just making the most of it. I know some people uh, don't like this time of year. I love it. I love the fact that it's. Yep, you're going to enjoy your lunch, Robert, and we shall catch you shortly. Yeah, it just extends when you're working it all the time. It extends the amount of time you've got to do things, and I love that because I'm quite an outdoor person, and obviously when it's shit and it's raining and it's dark, I don't actually mind bad weather. I hate darkness. Um, yeah. Anyway, listen, what I thought I would. Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I know. What do you call it? The old hay fever's a bit of a bugger. I think I'm largely all right with it. I do sneeze quite a lot at this time of year, but I'm not too bad. But I know, yeah, I think when the pollen count's high, it can be pretty horrendous. So yeah, what I thought we'd do is because when you've been doing these videos for as long as I have, yeah, yeah, it's weird. I feel like I don't have anything new or original to talk about regards video games, and anything that I'm going to talk about is just going to be repeating myself. And that's probably why I've not been doing well. I mean, I've had lots of other things going on in the background, but that's pretty much why I've not been doing Friday Waffles. When I look back at some of my real like early Friday Waffles, it was very particular subjects about, I don't know, just specific things to do with the hobby. And I've said everything I've got to say about it. It's not to say that I don't still love. I wouldn't be doing this right now if I didn't enjoy it. Um, but yeah, if I'm gonna wax lyrical about stuff, it's gonna be things you've already heard about. I don't know whether that would be an issue with people. I mean, I've got 2,500 videos, and sometimes I do think I could cheat and just I could download some of my old videos and put them out as new ones, but that wouldn't be cricket. Anyway, what have I been up to this week apart from making videos? Not a huge amount actually. Just been busy with work. The scheme that I usually go to, the acting thing, that was off because it's the holidays, the spring or summer holidays. The college has been shut for I think it's only 1 week actually, so I didn't have that this week. I have actually been going out for walks. Myself and Ava, we've been going to the gym. We were going to the gym uh, every night, but we've not really been over the last 3, 4 weeks. There's just been that much kind of going on, so I've been getting out walking. I've got one of these fancy watch things that tell you how far you've walked. So I've been walking for a mile, and when it gets to a mile, I stop and walk back again. So I'm going to do that tonight. And I've dyed my beard as well. You can probably tell it's yes. I should actually have this video should be sponsored by Just for Men. Yes, apart from that, not a huge amount. What have I got on this weekend coming? Tomorrow, Eva and myself are going into Glasgow. You've heard of the Play Blackpool event that's on annually. The sorry, the Edinburgh, the Glasgow one's on tomorrow. It's crap. I mean, it is crap. I stopped kind of going to these because they've been going on for so long and they've never ever changed anything. It's the same cabinets that are there, the same fucking guests that they have. But the one in Glasgow is even worse. They don't have any panel talks at all. It's not like there's anyone in Scotland that could host a panel talk. So yeah, we're going along. We did get free tickets, which I was going to buy them, and it was like 40 odd quid, and I'm like, I'll just see if I can get a couple of free ones. So I says, look, I've done the panel talks for a couple of years. Surely I'm entitled to a couple of tickets. So they gave me that. So I think I'm meeting. I don't know if Craig's in tonight. Craig Flanagan. He's going to be going along tomorrow, and one of my other mates, George, is going to be going there tomorrow. So I've got that, and then tomorrow night I'm off to see my mate Andy's got a he's in a rock band. He's the lead singer. He writes all the music as well. So they're playing in Falkirk. So they're supporting. I can't remember the name of the group they're supporting. So I've got that tomorrow night, and then Sunday probably. Yeah, I'm going through to see my girlfriend. That's it. So anyway, listen. I'm what I've decided to do. I just when I do these Friday waffles, a lot of the time is oh hi Del, how you doing, mate? Thank you. Yeah, questions. Get questions in. I'll keep saying it time and time again. If you want, I could happily do Friday waffles every single week, but you need content, and the best way to do that is for you guys to ask me. It doesn't even have to be a question. It can just be, what are your thoughts on that? Talk about this. Talk about that. Anything, anything at all. Oh, bless you, Steve. You know what, mate? I am planning to. Yeah, I haven't been to play Blackpool for quite a long time, and I just thought, you know what, I might actually head down to the one in October. I think Colin, you're going down. Good evening, Colin. So that'd be good to catch up, and I'd love to see Steve. It goes without saying, mate. I would absolutely love to see you. What was I rabbiting on about there? Can't remember. Yeah, when I do these waffles, it's very much it's just a thing that I do to indulge myself. Why is there here? That's a good question. Um, yeah, so tonight, because it's the first waffle I've done for a long, long time, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna watch a program. I'm gonna play five of my favorite Sid tunes, and falling on a topic which I've not watched it yet, but I believe Steve put out a video about playing early games, and Nick Arlisoft, he has come up with this. I can't remember exactly what it is, but he's come up with an idea. I think he's buying some early magazines, and then he's almost like wanting to recreate what it was like back in 1984 when you got Zap, and then you read through the magazine and you found games, and then you went off and bought them. So that's what he's wanting to do. He wants to buy the magazine, and then he's going to start buying the games, which I think is a great thing. I said to him, and like a few other people said, you need to record that in a video. But Nick is like myself, he's extremely shy. And but what he suggested is that maybe I could play the games or something. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. But it made me think about my early games. And again, I know I've done this probably 1,000 times, but I've picked, I think it's 11 games tonight that I'm going to play, and these were like the earliest games that I can remember playing on my Commodore. Even stuff like, Fort Apocalypse and that, they were early, they were later on, they were later games. So I've picked, I think it's, yeah, 11 games, and trust me, most of them are absolute dog shit, but these were the games that I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some of the questions, and then we shall, yeah, we'll decide what we're going to do. Now, Doug Scully, he posted a comment on the waffle last week, the live waffle I did with Dell, Retro anecdote for you, Al. Inspired your tales of carrying a TV with you on the bus to the computer club? No, 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 no. Oh, talk of the devil. How you doing, Doc? I'm just about to read out what you're saying. I want to get this right. I did not carry the TV on the bus to the computer club. We carried it on foot to the computer club. You know what I want to do? I want to see how far I actually carried this. I'm going to do a Google Maps. Now, this is proper old school. Let me just see here. Corston Park in Livingston. Directions. Environment. Almond High School. There we go. Right. There you go. It was 1.7 miles, which might not seem like a lot, but carrying a suitcase with your Commodore 64, your power supply, your disk drive, and a portable TV, carrying it for 1.7 miles there, and then you have to carry it back. So we're carrying it for like 3.2 miles, 3.4 miles. Can you imagine getting kids to do that nowadays? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Doug is saying here, inspired by your tales of carrying a TV with you on the bus to the computer club. Growing up in Manchester, early 1980s, the local newspaper, the Manchester Evening News, had a busy classified ad section which I would scour for video games, etc. My dream back then was to own a proper pub style pool table. Oh, I would love one as well. So I would check the section pub and gaming equipment for old pool tables, fruit machines. One day appeared an ad for Missile Command arcade game by Atari, 30 quid. Wow, bargain, must have it. Next day, Saturday, me and my mate got the bus into central Manchester to collect our bargain. Located in a slightly run-down, seedy part of the town, we found it. A second-hand clearance shop selling Atari VCS cartridges. The newspaper had put the ad in the wrong section. What a bastard. Maybe it was for the best, so we had no real plan on how to get the thing home. Bribe the bus driver to let us on with it. Hilarious, or maybe carry it home a 3 mile walk. Jesus wept. Anyway, those were the daft things we did back then. I would have been 14 or 15. Happy days. Brilliant. I've kind of, well, not really similar, but yeah, I suppose it is similar. I think I've mentioned again everything I talk about when it comes to kind of the old days. You've probably heard a million times before. Must have been the summer of I don't know 1985, and we were me and a couple of mates. Yeah, it must have been 1986 because I passed my driving test in August 1985, and so I wouldn't have been driving. It would have probably been the following year. But yeah, we were going to a place called Burnt Island, which is over the Forth Road Bridge. It's not too far from where Alex now lives, a place called Kirkcaldy. Yeah, Burnt Island. It was a seaside town. It was where every year the shows used to come. I don't know if people went on holiday there as such, but it was a real great little place that had like arcades and that kind of stuff. And anyway, we were driving there, and I remember driving along. Okay, what did I see? A Galaxian arcade cabinet lying at the side of the road, and I remember just making a remark to my mates, and we kind of burst out laughing, and we just drove on. Never thought about it. Can you imagine that now? The first thing you would do, you'd go and get a bloody transit van and go and pick it up. But yeah, we saw it. But that's the thing, back then, nobody in 1985, I wasn't interested. I had no interest in playing Galaxian. I wanted to play the Eidolon. I wanted to play Rescue and Fractalis. I wanted to play 3D games. I wanted to play modern games. I wasn't interested in playing some shitty game from 1981, 1982, whatever it was. Like I said, things would be completely different. And the other thing, which again is come to mind, was back in I think it was the 90s, my mate phoned me up. In fact, I went down to see my mate, and he had this fucking fruit machine in his house. And I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? And he'd actually, him and mother mate, they were walking home, and there was a fruit machine lying in the street. So they thought, it's abandoned, let's take it in. So he put it in his house, and then I think I think I mentioned it to my brother-in-law, who was a policeman at the time, and he told me that the local, I don't know, it was a bowling club or whatever it was, uh, had been broken into, and somebody had stolen the fruit machine. So I told my mate, and we then bloody carried it back out and left it, and they were shitting themselves. They thought they were going to get lifted with the police. But yeah, sadly, all the money was disappeared. Why do they put these stupid little baubles on the top of baseball caps? They're really annoying because these either sit behind it or in front of it. I want it to sit there, but it's actually quite uncomfortable. Right, we've got a few questions. Let me just have a quick guzzle of my tea. Yeah, right. I think Adele, you had one in there, mate. Let's see. Jet Set Willie and Attic Attack have had videos on YouTube released this week. What game in the Spectrum and or the Commodore 64 would you like to see made that did not come out on those computers? Right, so yeah, okay, what game? Yeah, presume so. Was Jet Set Willie never released for the VIC-20 and the same Attic Attack? I'll need to check these out actually. I think I did see a video with Jet Set Willie. It's not a game I just can't. I mean, love Manic Miner, but I could never really get into Jet Set Willie. Um, what game would I have loved to have played on the 64 that wasn't available? I mean, like back in the day, I was aware of Jetpack. I knew what it was, but I wasn't really that impressed with it. Now I think it's a great game. I think it's an absolute Stonewall classic. It's still, again, it's one of these games that I do actually play. But back in sort of 1984, 1985, I wasn't fussed about it at all. But one game that I loved was, and it didn't have a conversion at that time, and it was Attic Attack. There was just something about it. I thought the box art of the game was great. You've got this demon thing coming out of sort of like a trapdoor on the floor. It was just really bright, and you've got this sort of the ghoul with the sort of wand, whatever it was. But just there's just something about the game. It's just completely random and mental, but there's something really fun about it. The animation, the main graphics and that kind of stuff. Always wanted that on the 64. I suppose the other one would be that Formula One game, that Football Manager, but for F1 cars. That was the time when me and my mate decided to swap computers for the weekend. He got my C64 disk drive, I got his Spectrum, and he gave me a shitload of C90s, and on it I found that Formula One game by CRL, and I've played it all night. I'd love to have seen that in the C64, but yeah, fortunately, Attic Attack did come out for the C64 about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I would say it's better than the Spectrum. It looks better, the sound's better, it's got music, the graphics are beautiful. But if I was going to play it, I will always play the Spectrum. And I've said that before. There are certain games that are available for different systems, but there's always my go-to system that I play that game on. My Night Miner's got to be the Spectrum. Attic Attack, all the Ultimate games have got to be the Spectrum. Uh, yeah, and on to be honest, Dale, I don't think there's a game on the 64 that didn't come out for the Spectrum that I'd say, oh, I'd love to play that, because this sounds contentious, but the 64 I always think can take a great Spectrum game and make it even better because it's got the sound, it's got the colour, especially now when you see what they're doing with these computers. You're getting more colours than ever existed. So yeah, I would say converting a game on the 64 to the Spectrum's going to kind of be a backward step because it's going to have worse sound and it's going to have worse colour. That's just a fact. I would like to have seen I'd like to have seen what Drop Zone played like on the Spectrum. Never, I don't think Drop Zone came out for anything other than the Atari 800 and the C64. Yeah, I'd like to have seen what it played like. I don't think because it didn't have like hardware scrolling, whatever. I don't think it'd have been that great. Another game which I was surprised when they brought it out was Uridium. I mean, it's a decent enough game, but on the C64, it's something else. It's not a game I like. I think it's far too difficult, and it's a bit of a like a lot of arcade games, these type of games. It's a memory game, and the C64 pisses all over the Spectrum one because it's. I think Uridium is one of the most probably technically proficient games I've ever seen. But yeah, I'd like to have seen Drop Zone in the Spectrum and Attic Attack on the 64, which we eventually did see. Good turnout tonight. Thank you very, very much. You should be doing something else. If any of yous have got girlfriends or wives, switch this off and go and spend time with them. Honestly, what are you doing watching this? It's a Friday night for God's sake. Unless, of course, you're both watching it, then yeah. Right, let's have a look. Oh, sorry, there's Steve's got a question. With Sony taking a shit on us physical fans and Xbox probably going the same way, will Nintendo sell a ton more consoles because they still sell games on cartridge? You know what, Steve? I can't remember who it was. I was watching a video and they were saying it was like the most devastating news ever for computer games. And to me, it doesn't really bother me the slightest because I've got very, very, very little interest in modern games. Virtually any system that I would say from the PlayStation forwards, I'm not really fussed. Hopefully hopefully Nintendo will continue to sell games and cartridge, but is that going to sell more games or more consoles? I don't think it will because the modern the modern generation, people from I don't know 15 years old up to maybe 35, they've got no interest. They don't know anything different. They don't have thousands of games and cartridge and all that kind of stuff. So they're not interested. It doesn't bother them in the slightest. They're used to it. They don't have any. They'll not be sensing any, you know, disappointment or sadness that there's no longer going to be any more physical games. So I don't think what do you call it, Sony or Nintendo, sorry, not Nintendo, Sony or Microsoft. I don't think them going digital only is going to make the slightest bit of difference to anybody. And I don't think people are going to rush out and buy Nintendo games. Maybe they will. I mean, there might be some people, I suppose. I mean, I think most people now do have the internet. There must be anybody that doesn't have the internet probably doesn't want the internet. They're probably of a certain age. I don't know. They listen to the radio or whatever, or just don't know. But I think most people have the internet, so it's not really a big issue. But I think it's only when the internet goes down that you suddenly realise how much we've come to depend on it. Everything's controlled. I mean, even my bloody washing machine, although I can use it without my phone, there's an app from my washing machine, so I could be 100 miles away and I get a text message to say that my washing machine has finished washing the clothes. So yeah, we've always obviously become extremely dependent on having Wi-Fi. Um, and yeah, I mean, for me personally, it doesn't really bother me because I don't really bother. I mean, the only new games that I play now are either Steam, which are digital only, or I've got Game Pass. Again, I download the game, play it for a wee bit, get bored, uninstall it. So it's not going to bother me in the slightest. But it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. I mean, I think it's fair to say that games that have been getting released probably in the last maybe 2 3 years, although you're getting a disc, it's you put the disc in into your console. The first thing it does is download a 60 gig file. So all you're really getting is the install file. That's it. You're getting a very, very small file. Um, but you've got something in your hand. But it certainly doesn't beat getting a Mega Drive cartridge, opening up the clamshell box, taking out the manual, putting the cartridge into the machine, boof, away you go, and then you've got that thing there, there, Vectrex, brilliant. I mean, it's just you can't beat. It's. I'm wondering if can you imagine and just say right now they stop physical games and it just becomes all digital. Can you imagine in maybe 10, 20 years' time, people that have grown up not knowing any different, they've always just known downloaded games, digital games. If suddenly they've discovered that their granddad or their dad had this device, you know, Mega Drive, whatever, and you had these physical games, that would be mental. I think what will happen is we'll go the full circle. It'll become digital only for a while. Go the full circle, and then eventually, I think some of these companies might release a new console, and it will be physical games again. I mean, it's like when we were. It's like I'm trying to think. It's like we crave when we had like phones. You wanted the smallest phone possible, and now you you see people walking about with these fucking enormous phones. Things get really big and then really wee, and it's the same with everything. Modern technology. We crave huge things. I mean, people are buying 85-inch TVs, and then they also want to have like tiny wee phones on their not phones, TVs on their phone. They want to be able to watch videos and that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if people who have never actually seen physical games, they go to a museum and they go, what on earth is that? Sonic the Hedgehog? What is this plastic thing? This was called a cartridge, and you put that in, and people will be thinking, that's amazing. So it didn't actually require the internet to get it to work. But yeah, it doesn't bother me in the slightest, Steve. I do get why it bothers some people. I've got bloody sand on I don't know what the hell that is, on my elbow. Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but yeah, I think it was always going to go that way. Back in my yard, what is your opinion on people pre-ordering digital games months ahead of the game's release? Do they really? Eh, I don't really see the purpose. Yeah, I know one of my mates, he would buy pre-order a game, and then when it got to like midnight, it would automatically start downloading the game. I don't really see what the point is. I get that some people are desperate to play the game, and yeah, they'll. Yeah, what are you actually getting? It's not like it's going to sell out. I get why you want to pre-order something that's physical because there's only going to be a finite amount. So if you don't pre-order it, you're not going to get one. But pre-ordering a digital game, unless you're getting it, extras, or you're getting it cheaper, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Um, LFC Gamer and Vlogs, what's your thoughts on PlayStation going fully digital in 2028? I have a feeling Xbox. Yeah, well, you're saying Nintendo will follow suit. I mean, you think about it, Nintendo now, it's pretty tenuous to say that they're still they still produce games out cartridge. What you're getting is an SD card that's, well, I suppose, yeah, you can still buy a game. You can buy a game for the Switch, which the whole game is on the cartridge or on the SD card. That's fine. But you can go into, I was going to say Toys R Us, they don't exist anymore. You can go into a video game shop and pick up a game for the Switch, and you get the little, game box, whatever it is, and there's nothing in it. There's like a download code. What's the point of that? What is the point of that? It's, well, I suppose what they're doing is, yeah, they're allowing somebody to go into a shop and say, oh, it's my grandson's birthday. I think I'll buy him the latest Super Mario game, so the person can go in and buy the game. What they don't realise is they're not actually buying the game; they're just buying a download code. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's the way the world's going. And yeah, I mean, it's the same way. It's the same with music. People are, everybody. We went from vinyl to tapes to CDs to MP3s, and now we just stream all our music. But like I said earlier on, it's kind of going the full circle. People are now wanting physical things again, and I think that may happen with games. I think there will be a period where there will be no physical games getting made, but then I think it will start back again. And like I said, you go into HMV, there's tons and tons of vinyl. I couldn't believe, I think an LP is like 30 quid. The last time I bought an LP, it was 7 quid, but then it was in 1986. So yeah, but yeah, I think it's the way it's going. It's the same with films. We bought the VHS tapes, then it was DVD, then Blu-ray, then 4K, and now everybody just streams everything, and that is why I've not got as many as Dell, but I've probably got 500 DVDs downstairs. I've also got all my kind of favourite films on my computer, because if you want to, I mean, if you decided you wanted to watch, I don't know, Jaws, I'll pretty much guarantee if you go into Netflix or Prime Video or whatever, you'll not be able to watch Jaws anywhere. The only way you can watch Jaws is either download a hooky copy from a torrent site or dig out your DVD. So that's why, come the apocalypse, I'm sorry that I've got all my cartridge games. I can play my Vectrex. I can play all my old films. Yes. Yeah, Doug's saying there the ultimate games were pants for the 64. Uh, yeah, I remember being really excited when Ultimate announced that they were making a game for the C64, and I thought, well, if if Night Lore looks as good as it does in the Spectrum, can you imagine what it's going to be like playing a game in the 64? And then they brought out Staff of Karnath, which I bought, and I was just so disappointed at how blocky the graphics were. I mean, I think they were colourful, but I just I couldn't see beyond the big chunky graphics. Back in my yard saying my brother sold his PS5 last week and bought a Switch too. He's not had a Nintendo console since the GameCube, so Sony are driving some people away. Yeah, that's interesting actually, because most people. Uh, Wait a minute. GTA 6 has already made over 3 billion. Jesus Christ. In pre-orders, that is mental. That is absolutely mental. No, it's interesting because I think most kind of serious kind of gamers like the PS5 brigade are not interested in playing Nintendo games. So it's interesting that he's done that. Yep, Robert's saying there, music and vinyl, then CD, then pirated, then stream, now all of the above. Yeah. That's true. I need to get myself a generator, Robert. Yeah, when the apocalypse comes and you don't have any electricity, you'll be kicking yourself for not learning to play a musical instrument. It's funny, I've got a keyboard. I bought myself quite a fancy keyboard, a Yamaha synthesizer, and I've also got two guitars. And my mate, who I'm going to see his band tomorrow night, he keeps saying, "How you getting on with the guitar?" I went, "I've not been playing it." And he says, "Well, why don't you sell it?" And I says, "Well, I don't want to sell it because when I get to the stage where I'm not doing anything else and I've just got all the time in the world, I seriously, seriously want to learn the guitar. That's one of my biggest regrets is not learning an instrument. Yes. Anyway, right. Listen, that's enough from me. What I'm now going to do, I'm probably going to have. We're going to have a. I'm not going to have it now, but we'll have a 5 minute toilet break later on. What I'm going to do now is I think I shall play the first game on my list. Let me just get. Right, I'm going to get the. Nah, I'll just use this. I'll just use this. Right, yeah. I have got guitars, Robert. I've got two guitars. But my mate Andy told me that the, what do you call it? The acoustic, he says that I need to put oil on it. Apparently it's they dry out, and he also said it needs to get restrung as well. So, right, what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to play for about, well, maybe 5 minutes, whatever. This waffle could go on for a wee while, by the way, so I don't know if any of you guys are going to bail out. We'll see how it goes. Right, let me just close that down. I've got the Mr. switched on, yeah, I have indeed. Input source. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I've got a new Sandra. How the hell are you? Nice to see you. I've got a new screen in my MAME cab. I've got three MAME cabs. Well, yeah, they are three MAME cabs. One's a vertical, one was a kind of horizontal one for for playing games, and then I've got the one that my mate built for me a long time ago. But I put it's a it's a portable TV. It's maybe not as high, but it's a bit wider. Are there any horizontal kind of arcade games? I thought that things like Ghosts and Goblins and Rolling Thunder were like really wide, but they're not really wide at all. They're slightly landscape. They're more landscape than they are vertical, but they're not as widescreen as I thought they were. Anyway, right, let's get the keyboard. So yeah, these games I'm going to play were the earliest games that I played. Now I'm not going to go playing uh, Crazy Kong by Interceptor Software. That was the very, very, very first game I ever played on what do you call it, on my C64, and it was complete pish. So I'm not going to play it. I played it maybe a couple of times, and I just gave up. Let me find out. Right, where did I put my list? Where did he put my list about? If you tuned into my Inspired by Robert, I did do a top 50 Atari games. Oh, wait a minute, hang on, if I... there we go. And we got stuck with, we couldn't get Encounter to load. It's a bit of a bugger. You've got to, Colin figured it out. You've got to fuck about with some settings. Right, the very first game that I played constantly, and again, don't judge me in this, these are games, what you need to remember, back in 1983, just being able to play any computer game at all, on your TV, in your house, was mind blowing. So some of the stuff that I played for quite a long time was crap. It really was crap. But it was all I had. But it was, you know, well, not all my pals, some of my mates had Atari 2600s. I never got one. I would have killed to get one. I always wanted a 2600, and my mum and dad, they just refused to buy me it. Absolutely, Sandra. You crack on, let me know. Um, yeah, so when I finally got my computer, just being able to play any sort of computer game was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That thing on the top of my bloody baseball cap's really starting to annoy me. Yeah, ask away, please, Sandra. Right, let's crack on with this. Let's get to the Mr. and webcam. Oh, hang on. Where's the webcam going? There we go. There we go. Right, what am I looking for? Now, these are all obviously on the Commodore 64 because I didn't have any. I only had one game for the Texas, and I since found out that the Texas is actually a very very capable machine. It's got a cracking version of Donkey Kong. Right, so C64, and this game was by Commodore, who you might remember. Hang on, just going to move this over a wee bit. Move that to there. There we go, and then I can make myself bigger. Dink. There we go. Will it move me up there? Aye, put me over there. Or shall we put me in the middle? Oh, I don't know. That'll do. Right. Right with that. Hopefully we don't get any problems. Now, hopefully the Mr. Sound is going to work. That's always problematic. I should have tested it, shouldn't I? Right, the very first game that I used to play. You know what? I should do it. Should we do it old school? Who wants to go old school and load? Nah, that's just stupid. Why are we going to wait 10 minutes to load a game? We're not going to go old school. It's a game by. Oh, it's a game in a very tenuous. Uh, yeah, it was by Commodore, and it was a fruit machine simulator. There we go, Super Fruit. Now, you know, as a kid, great one. Right, let's answer Sandra's question first. If you had 10 minutes of Ian McNaught Davis's time, which one game would you show him to make him change his mind that games are a waste of time? Eh, I think it would have to be Super Pipeline 2. Best game ever. Best, well, maybe not the best game ever, but it's I've said that before. It's in my top 10 video games of all time. You can't not like it. It just if I sat Mr. McNaught down and made him play it, he would come away smiling. Absolutely, it's just a beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful game. I would absolutely, if somebody was to say what guest would you love to have on the Nice and Nasty, I would love to have had Ian McNaught Davis. I'd also love to have, I was going to say Fred West. Well, yeah, how to lay patio simulator. Yeah, what's his name? Fred, what was his name again? Out of, why did my voice go a couple of decibels higher there? What was the name of the guy? Fred. Oh, bloody micro live. Fred Harris. That's it. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah. Now, Super Pipeline 2, that would convince him to do it. Right, let's get this. Let's get Super Fruit loading. Yeah, there we go. This was video games in 1983. But back then, I wanted to play fruit machines, and I couldn't get into a pub. I didn't have any money, so being able to play this was great. Super Fruit by S Beats. F1 to start. Right, okay, let's just start. F1, there we go. And what we used to do, me and my mate, oh, back in hell, it's playing up with this bloody sound again. Right, why? I really, really should have tested this. We've not got any sound. The problem is when I... Oh, for some weird reason it was turned off. Hopefully we've got sound. Yes, we have sound, folks. I need to turn up the sound at my end a wee bit. That's exactly it, Robert. Yeah, the thing is, oh, it is 100%. What we used to do is we just try to see literally how much. Why is that really, really low? Country Roadist, how are you? Wow, we've got a fantastic turnout tonight. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's beautiful. You should be going out for a walk. Go and put this off and go to a pub or something. Go for a walk and then have a few beers. I think I think our record was, I think we got up to maybe 50 quid. Oh, there we go. Right. Is that too loud? In my defence, Country Roadist, it's not a question. It's what I'll say is go and try OBS. It decides to turn things on and off at random. It'll disable inputs and all that. It's a complete pain in the arse. It really is. I'm trying to remember how to do this. How do you nudge? How do you nudge? Ah, right. Oh, it's F3. Oh, is it 3? Oh, fucking hell. That'll be that. What I thought was, I like, see when if you press the spacebar, all the things move up. I think the red bars are, when you look at it now, I think this was made with, like, the arrows look like computer defined, that's, now, I do take offence to that, Country Roadist. There's quite a few games I'm not bad at. In my defence, when I'm asked to play 50 different games in one night, half the time I've never even played them before. But no, there are certain games I'm not too bad at. Now, I think the watermelons are worth some decent money, if I remember rightly. Let's hold that. I can just imagine. Oh, we're going to go for the watermelons. I can just imagine some of you guys, partners, walking in and looking at this, thinking it's Friday night, it's 9 o'clock at night, and you're sitting watching some old guy play this. What the hell are you? What are you doing? Thank you, Sandra. Yes. Yeah. I'm not. So what was that arcade at the squash club? It was the 1942. Yeah, we could play 1942 for the whole hour. We would take turns with that many extra men that we could, when one person came off, the other person came on, and whoever came off would continue with playing 1942. Right, I'm going to go for that. Oh no, it's not. How do we nudge again? So right, up, down, right. What do we want to do? We've got 5. We've not really got anything. Oh, wait a minute. We want to bring 2 down. Hey, there we go. I think think the pears are worth decent money. I think the guy really captured the he really captured the noise of the bars stopping. That's quite authentic. Oh, come on. Oh, bollocks. Oh, yes, that's quite good. You can just hold that. There were some fruit machines which would let you hold. But yeah, me and my mate Robert, we were just completely addicted to this. We'd sit up all night playing this. I think the bells are worth quite a bit as well. Oh yes, look at that, please. Oh. Can you play the OG? What's the OG version? Oh, is that the? I'll not be playing it tonight, Country Roaders. I can certainly play it another night. Is that the one? It was a tape or something? Play choice or something? Oh, I think you said the choice. Is it? You're saying my choice? Is it the play choice version in 1942? Oh, let's hold the 2 bars. What was the? Yeah, I'll not be playing it tonight, but I'll certainly play it on on Sunday. Though Sunday's going to be, I'm going to continue with the top 50 Atari games. There was one, I think it wasn't Mastertronic. I think it might have been Codemasters, which I used to play a lot. Right, I've got 3 nudges. One, two. Now what I'll do is I will do down and then bring that down. Oh fuck! I was trying to bring the bloody bar down. Right, okay. Ah, play choice. Ah, right, okay, yeah, play choice. I was sorry. Is the ST included? So I'm not with you, Country Roaders. I'm not with you. No, tonight I am. What I'm doing is I've picked. I think it's 11 games that were the earliest. These were the very, 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 very first games that I used to play. Doing quite well, folks. So who's watching the football tomorrow night? I would if I wasn't going out. I think the grapes are all worth bugger all. Ah, I'm with you. No, sorry. The Atari Top 50, it's Atari 800. Inspired by Robert's channel. Robert he's got a. So when Robert was the Atari, was that your machine growing up? Scotland got pumped. Say that I mean, we played the 6th and 7th. England have got 45 million people, or is it 50 million? Scotland have got 9 million, so we're like a fraction of the size. We also played Brazil and Monaco or Morocco, and we expected to get beat. The thing is, Scotland, yeah, there's no money in football, and we're shit. We're shit. It was winning, just actually getting to play was great. Right, hang on a second. Right, it's going to be 4 cherries, I think. So we need to do down. It's going to be that. Come on. Yeah. 100% Brazil and Morocco as opposed to Ghana, Paraguay, whoever it was. Yeah, 800 is an absolutely brilliant machine. I've said that. If anyone that's right into the early games of the C64, the early days, then they should get themselves an Atari because there's so much good stuff. That's the thing, really, from I would say 84, maybe 85. There was very, very little software coming from America. I mean, we had US Gold, which was great. Um, but yeah, this later days of the 64, it was very much ocean film tie-ins, which I wasn't remotely interested in. Yeah. Right, there's absolutely hee-haw there. So what I'm going to do? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even. I was going to bring all the bars down. Right, there is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, wait a minute, I can go up as well, can't I? Right, 1, 2. No, not got enough. Sorry, folks, that sound is extremely annoying. Right, let's go down. Oops. Woohoo, 30 pence. Alex, how are you, mate? Well, we're doing really, really good. We'll only have one shot of this, by the way. I didn't expect to be doing quite so well. Alright, there's nothing. Oh, let's hold that one. I've got to be hopeful. You know what, I find that there's a lot of English people don't want England to win. I think that's quite amusing. Oh, come on. Bastard. Yeah, this was a game that I played solidly. It became very, very addictive. My mate used to come down to see me, and he would sit and play this, and I would end up sitting in my bed reading Zap magazine, and he would be sitting playing this. Ooh, I think we'll hold old Melon. Coming up in this Friday Waffle episode, we've got another 10 games early games that I played. We've also got a TV program to watch, and I have also picked 5 of my favourite SID tunes. So yeah, what we'll maybe do is we'll play one more game after this, and then I think we'll take 5 minutes. I'm going to go and replenish my tea, go for a piss. But I really do appreciate people taking time out their Friday night to watch this. It's interesting that games like this, I don't think you can even, I don't think you can get fruit machine simulators for PCs now, can you? Can you? I know you can emulate them. Right, what have we got? One, 2, 3, 4, We can get 3. I think we're going to have to go for up to begin with. Up, and we're going to go. Oh no, we need to do down first. Let's go for the blue. And then up. Licorice, yeah, that's a thing that I never really liked. I did like blackjacks, which I suppose are technically, can you call them that now? Blackjacks? I don't know what we'd call them now if we're going to be politically correct. For an early game, I think the animation is actually quite good. Right, come on, I'm actually wanting to lose. I want to go on with something else. It's not quite as addictive as it first was, right? We're going to go for that. This is where we get 4 bars. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Nah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's a melon in the third rail. Oh, have we got enough? Oh, fuck, we've not got enough. Shit. One less. The old pick and mix. The only place you see pick and mix now are in these little temporary stalls that wire brushes, Robert, that the cupboard in the kitchen at the bottom, just behind the bucket. I think they were there. Chelsea Whoppers, oh, they were good. Yeah, there's a wee shop. There's a little independent shop in through near where my girlfriend stays, and they sell Chelsea Whoppers. Let's go for that. Please don't win. I think the reds might be worth more than the black. Can't remember. I don't believe it. Right, I'm not going to play it all night. If we go like that, we can then go dink, bonk, bonk. £2. Oh, I think it might be the black ones that are worth. I think they're worth more. I think it's a fiver or something. Shall we move on? I'll keep playing it if you guys want me to continue, or shall we move on to something else? You tell me. Were they in that cupboard? Thought so. What are you like? Right. We can get go up, and then we do. Oh fucking hell! I've just screwed it up. I've made an arse there. Oh, pillock. Yeah, some of that one, the Codemasters. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Fruit Machine Simulator, actually. Down. Oh, fucking hell. Right, I think we've had enough. I've had enough. I think Robert would be proud of me. Not Robert in the stream, my mate Robert that I used to we used to play this constantly. Like, I'm going to play one more game and then I think we shall have a 5 minute break. What was it? Comfort break they now call it. They used to call it toilet break. Now they call it comfort breaks. What is all that bollocks about? Right, the next game was another game that Robert and I used to play, and I think there might be a cartridge. for it. And looking at it now, it was bloody awful. But I love the tune. That was one of the probably the most I don't know, one of the most impressive early Sid tunes that I ever heard. Again, it was, you can see what's going on here. It's a pub game. Fruit machines were a pub game. This was a pub game. Being able to play pool on my Commodore 64 was great. Now, the thing about this game is it didn't have any AI. Yes, 2 players only, so we'll go for 5. Right, we need to change the joystick. There we go. Yeah, looking at it now, it's, I mean, the balls aren't even touching. You've got the little power thing. The animation, not the animation, the physics is terrible. Right. But we used to play like first to 100. You can't put like, oh come on, that should have been in. You can't put any sort of like side on the ball or anything. Okay, now. Yeah, this was very much a 2-player game, but I did play this myself. I mean, like I said, there's no sort of there's nowhere to position the ball or anything. It's just, oh shit. Right, I'm not sure why it spun back like that. Don't worry, we'll play 2 frames of this and then we'll move on. Oh shit. Again, it's pretty awful when you look at it now. But you know what? It was all we had, and I was utterly mesmerised at this game. There was something strangely satisfying when you knocked a good pot in. And it's when the ball goes really slow and hits another ball and then it suddenly speeds up. Let's see if I can do a across the table double. That's going the wrong way. Yeah, the physics are completely shite. Just for a laugh, I'm going to... Yes! The best snooker game, Ox, was Steve Davis's snooker. That was actually really, really good. The best version, in my opinion, was the on the Amstrad. That was excellent. I'm going to let you see the worst snooker game ever, and it was called Snooker, and it was by a company called, I think it was it Vision or something, Vision Snooker, and it is, again, we thought this was brilliant because we could play snooker on the computer, and then when you actually played it you realise how bloody awful it was. Fucking hell, I've got a cartridge in, haven't I? There's obviously different snooker games. I don't know what this is. Ah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This was fucking awful. I did do a video all about this game, showing you just how terrible, terrible the physics were. Right, number of players. Did it have AI? I can't remember. Do you want a 15 ball game? Yeah. And look, why did they not? Why did they make the tables so small? I mean, everything's fine up to this point. You think that's great. Put the white down, line it up, and then watch this. Boof. You're probably thinking that's not too bad, but let's wait till it gets going. The white's still going. Right, I need to pick a colour. Let's go for black, shall we? Right, black ball. Let's try and cut it in the middle pocket. It doesn't matter how many times you try and smash them up, they just completely fail to move. Anyway, listen, I'm going to stop playing this in a second and then batter on with what we're doing. Yeah, anyway, I didn't play that very often. Even in 1983, I realised that that was a complete pile of shit. Right, the next one we played, and this was the one that I played most out of anything, and I had it on cartridge. And I still think, even now, yeah, it's obviously been superseded with other games, but yeah, international soccer. This was this is a brilliant game. Having it in cartridge was just great as well. Instant loading. I think it's almost time to put the light on, folks. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to play one game of this, so I can be, wait a minute, 3, right, all right, okay, we shall make that different, and then we'll go England, and then I'm going to be, what colour is Norway? What colour is Norway? Yeah, it was my first ever cart. What colour did Norway play in? Is it yellow? I can't bloody remember. Come on, somebody tell me. Let's go for yellow, shall we? In fact, no, we'll go for a dark colour so we can actually differentiate. Right, there we go. Right. Oh, Carlsheim Rumour. I've still got my cartridge up there. Let me just go and see if I can find it. Hang on a second, folks. I'll be right back. Right, can't find it. It's going to be there somewhere. I've got it on that thing. Right, sorry, they're red. Right, thank you. There we go. Right, this is going to be. Shall we put England? Oh, black and white. Will we make England the hardest level? I think they're an 8. So here we go. This is going to be a prediction for England versus Norway tomorrow night. Let's see how it goes. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, bollocks. Some decent defending going on there. Makes a change. It is actually a good football game. When you play it in the early levels, I mean, the computer scores own goals, it runs the wrong way, and all that kind of stuff. But you play it on a decent level like this, it is actually a good game. Oops. Let's try. Oh, fuck. Fuck. This game was only made better when Emily Hughes Soccer came out. That's a great game. They effectively took the game engine of this, but they allowed you to do like passes and chipping the ball and that kind of stuff. It was a great game. Come on. Oof, good save. Yeah, I love the basketball game as well. I've not played that. I've not played that at all. I think he also did tennis. Keeper didn't even dive. Yeah, basketball was great. Right, let's try the. There we go. Oh shit. He is offside. Oh, he's not offside. Oof, good save. I've got a wee diary that I used to keep in 1984, and I played this game. Oh bloody hell! I played this game every single night without fail. I think I used to make up like World Cup groups and that kind of stuff. Oh bollocks! My Microprose Soccer was good fun, but it was too arcadey for my liking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did play it a lot, the old banana kicks and that kind of stuff. Um, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, the skill level of this is pretty good. I've actually, funny you should mention kickoff. I've done an 8-bit face-off kerfuffle, or sorry, 8 and 16-bit face-off kerfuffle for kickoff, and I forgot I'd done it, so I'm going to put that out next week at some point. Didn't realise there was as many. There's even versions for the Master System as well, actually. Come on, Harland, do something with the ball, mate. Goal kick. Get out. Oof. Yeah, all the Spectrum people used to go on about match day, but I thought compared to this, it wasn't a patch on this. This actually looked and played like a football game. Oh, come on. Yeah, their defence isn't too shabby, I have to say. No, don't go out, don't go out. Bollocks. I was messing about with the Mister, was it last night? And I discovered that the Auric is actually very, very easy to get working. So I'm going to do an Auric. Get in! Oh, bugger. I'm going to do an Auric live stream. Come on. I think the easiest way to score at this game is just to walk the ball in, if I remember rightly. Kind of trick the keeper into diving and then just walk the ball in. I'm sure that's the way to score. Oh, bugger. Here's a question. Does anyone still have any computer console game store? I don't think there's any in Scotland that I'm aware of. Or in fact, you know what? There might be. I'm sure my mate Mike, I've heard him talking about. Is there not one in Glenrothes? I'm not sure. Right, come on, let's just get one goal. Oh, come on, he's going to tackle me. Back, back, back. Ugh, come on. Wanker. Oh, bollocks. Oh, can you actually head it all the way into the goal? Yeah, I was at the Barras. Oh, the Barras used to be an open air market in Glasgow, and I mean it was going for years. Some really like people selling single spoons and what have you. Come on. Oh, bollocks. There we go, 2-0. Well, hopefully that is not a prediction of the score coming up. Right, what say we play one more game and then we'll. Right, so that was the third game. A game that what I've done is I've picked 11 really, really early games. We're going to play. What was that? This is first half. Oh, no, that's not. That's. Yeah, we better watch. Yeah, there you go. There, she's floating with the World Cup. I mean, how cool is that? You just don't get that in games anymore. Right, the other game that I used to play, or a other game I should say that I used to play all the time. It'll definitely be in cartridge. And again, it's still I think it was one of probably the first, would you call it, arcade conversions. And it's Hunchback. Never did complete this. Oh, is that some bot? Oh, hang on. For an early game, I think this is excellent. Yeah, the scrolling's a bit rubbish, but it's not. It doesn't stop the game being good. Oh, bollocks! Yeah, you can sort of jump in many. Fucking hell! Oh, Jesus! I am poor. Yeah, I've just sussed that, Colin. Well, let's go again. What I think we'll do is after this game we shall have a 5 minute break and then we'll play some Sid tunes and then we'll jump back into this. And I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, we're going to watch a TV programme as well. I'm trying to make it like Saturday morning TV except on a Friday. Sadly, we don't have any Sally James, but you just have to put up with me, Chris Tarrant. There we go, first time. Boof. Ain't that always the way? I would like to see somebody actually. Is this where the arrow comes from behind? Oh, it's not. My favourite version of this, just for the jumping noise, is the BBC. It's got this funny little squeaky sound. It's actually quite entertaining. I've never seen the arcade version of this. I always thought it was a bit odd that the soldiers are absolutely enormous compared to Hunchback, and then you get a wee soldier climbing up. He's a lot smaller looking. You can complete this. Well, that's more than I can do, Keith, I have to say. I think, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, you've got to jump instantly. There's something strangely satisfying about jumping up at the end. And this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. Ah, dearie me. Yeah, this is Ocean Software. Fucking hell. Ow, that was bloody stupid. There we go. Right, listen, folks, I'm going to go for a 5 minute break. I'm going to go and make another cup of tea. So yeah, I shall see you right back. I'm just going to put a little toilet break thing on so you can watch some sheep. Don't go away. I'll see you very, very soon. Right, fed and watered. Well, not quite. I'm just having my banana. Cheers, Keith. I don't know what Keith actually does for a living, but he's always up really, really early. Working on a Saturday as well. That sucks. Right, anyway, sorry about that, folks. Hope you're all refreshed. Right, what I'm now going to do. Sorry for eating and talking. I've picked, how many is it? 5 Sid tunes, and they're just Sid tunes that I like. Now you'll be surprised I haven't picked. I've not picked Money in the Run, and I've not picked Commando. Good evening, Claxon. How are you? This has been going on for an hour and 40 minutes. But it's going to be. I'm probably going to be here for about another hour anyway. So, yeah, right. Let's listen to some Sid music. Let me just. Audio. Oh no, it's not that. Wait a minute. Application audio. Right, let me. I need to just mess about and see if I can get this. Hang on, this is really loud. Right. Right, hang on. And right, hopefully you can hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Just turn it down a wee bit. Right, yeah, the first tune I am going for is an absolute classic. It's a collaboration between Rob Hubbard, Ben Dalglish, and it is I can't even speak. Auf Wiedersehen, Monty, which means goodbye, Monty. Right, hopefully. Let me know, give me a thumbs up, let me know how the balance is, but I'm going to not talk when it's on. Is that loud enough? what a tune that is. Right, I'm going to play one more, and then I think what we'll do is we'll then jump back on and play a couple of games. I love that story, Doug. So when they told you to come back in a year or two, was that it? You just decide to call it a day. That's brilliant. I'm sure there was. I'm sure there's people that got jobs just for doing the very same thing. Because that's the thing. They would take anybody. You know, I mean, anyone that could write a game. Right. Listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. I'm going to try applicate. Oh no, wait a minute. Application audio. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to try and play the tune another way. Media watch. Yeah, if I go. Oh, hang on. Shit. Hang on. Fucking hell. Spoiler. Webcam full screen. Yeah, I've just spoiled it there for you. Media watch. Or what's it called? Media. Right, what I'm going to do is pick my tune number 2. And this is another epic one. This is Rob Hubbard, and this is Master of Magic. You can get a little picture. What a tune! What a tune! It's mind blowing, and I listen to these. I never ever tire of listening to some of these, and yeah, when you think of just the hardware that was getting made on, we just never knew. We never thought for 1 second that we'd ever hear something as good as that coming out of Commodore 64. Colin saying, if you want an absolute proof this is only a single CD, then search YouTube for Master Magic. Yeah, yeah, no, these that's a single. I used to listen. I used to load the game. I mean, I like the game as well. It's the only kind of adventure game that I actually played. It was kind of like real time, but I played it primarily for the tune. I used to rather naively think that the music changed depending on what you were doing. It wasn't, but because it changes all the time, it's like a film score. Epic. Right, should we play one more? No, I think we should get back to some games again. So let's get back to Mr. Webcam. There we go. Right, that was Hunchback we were playing. Right, the next game, which was one of my most played games, the early days, and it was a game we were talking about in Discord. Nick Sherman and a few others were talking about it, and I mentioned that this was one of the very first games I ever played. Hang on, let me get back to it's demo. There we go. And this was the very first. What am I doing? This was the very first driving game I ever played on my Commodore 64, and I played it so much. And I know Colin played it as well. It's this Motor Mania by John Fitzpatrick. I played this. I would hate to think of the number of hours that I put into this game. Right, let's give it a go. How do you... Oh yeah, you press forwards. The scrolling was diabolical. And oddly, I always thought I'm going to get to the end of the game, but there's obviously no end to it. I don't think fire button did anything. Ooh. Was there a game? Oh yeah, you've got fuel. I forgot about that. Now the roads, although the roads, oh god, this is where it gets tricky. Although the roads, what was again? Oh, you just go back to the gas station. Yeah, although the road turns, you can actually sit in the middle of the road and not really turn, if you know what I mean. Yeah, is this not based on or influenced? Is it, what's it called again? Oh shit. Is it ambulance or something? Can't remember. But I played this game so much. I think the engine sounds actually quite good. It's not annoying. It's got a quite kind of throbby sound to it. Ow, bollocks. I loved Rally Speedway. Yeah, that was much later on for me, but yeah, that was a great game. especially little animations when he crashes and he kind of rolls out the car on fire. Doing little forward rolls to try and extinguish. Yeah, if you sit in the middle, you can almost not have to turn like that, I think. Yeah, when I had this, it really felt like I owned an arcade machine. Oh, fucking hell. Ooh, two cars. This is going to get tricky, folks. This is going to get tricky. Oof. Not quite sure what that looks like. Hey, George, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, man. How you keeping, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Honestly, good to see you back. Oh, fuck. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shit. Is there any other books on the way, George, at all? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, we're getting a bit of the weather that you'll be getting. Yeah, I'm doing alright, George. I've had a bit of shit. Fucking fuck. A shit 2026. I had lost two friends, and my daughter's grandmother died as well. So yeah, it's been a bit of shit fucking 2026, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and that's the important thing. Whoa, fuck. Anytime you fancy coming onto the stream, onto my channel, George, then just give me a shout, mate. Always a pleasure. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a good night when England get pumped tomorrow night. Yeah, that's the thing. As long as England are in the World Cup, that's the thing. Scottish people want England to lose only because we can't be arsed with the bloody pundits. The what do you call it? They just get right in our tits. But yeah, the thing is, once England are out, then it becomes boring because as long as England are in, then oh shit. As long as England are still playing, then Scotland have got a team to support. So yeah. Oh fucking hell. No, it's all right. It's fine now, George. Yeah, just we're, you know what, life is like that. This is Ronan Keating knew it best. Life is indeed a roller coaster. And you've always just got to, you've always got to remember that, you know, you dirty bastard. You've always got to remember that when you're in the depths of despair and things are going crap, invariably it is only temporary, you know, and you've just got to kind of roll with it, so to speak. But yeah, things are looking up now, thanks, mate. But yeah, just give us a shout, mate, anytime you fancy coming on the channel for a Friday waffle or a whatever. You're always welcome, mate. Right, this is Motor Mania, and you would not believe the number of hours that I put into this. Because I don't think I rather naively thought that I was going to get to the end of the game, not realising that it's just continual. It actually plays pretty well for an old game. Oh shit, I thought I was going to have the ambulance there. I don't think there's any advantage to going fast, is there? Do you get more points, or maybe you do? Oh, bollocks. I think Spain must have scored 1 goal because I heard my neighbours across the road going mental. Right, that was Motor Mania, and the next game that I used to play constantly, and I have played it before, and it's a great shoot 'em up in the style of Centipede, and it is, if I can find it, it's Exterminator, and it's got one of the best bird sound effects and snake animations that you'll ever see. It gets pretty frenetic. What I liked about this is a lot easier than the original arcade thingy, but yeah, this is a great game. Wait to hear the sound of the eagle. Tell me you're not impressed. Listen to that. Look at that bloody spider animation. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I can see George is playing a flip phone yet. I knew he would. I'm sure he was one of the early backers. I get that people might want to buy a phone, but not by Commodore. For a 1983 game, I think that eagle sound effect is up there with one of my my favourite sound effects on the C64. And you've got that infernal bastard, come here. The sprite detection in this game can be a wee bit iffy at times. Piss off. Yeah. Here it is again, wanker. But look at the animation of that spider, that looks like every spider that I've ever seen crawling along my living room floor at night. You know when you just get that thing in the... This is getting a bit tricky. Bugger off. I used to like retro recipes, whatever it's called now, in the early days, but it's far too polished for my liking. I just thought I felt something brush against my leg there. That bloody spider's getting me going. Come on. I used to be able to play this game for hours at a time. This game puts in mind the BMX racers on the C16. What kind of game was that, Craig? Tell me, George, is your favourite, what do you call it, Octavius King or whatever she's calling herself now? Does she still do? Does she still do videos? Bollocks! I guarantee she's still pulling in her £800 a month Patreon. Come on! Fuck off. Oof. I love the little burp sound when you destroy the thing as well. Well, I'm assuming it's coming out at some point. Oh, balls. But yeah, if you've never played this version, you should give it a go. It's actually really good. It's a lot easier than the original Centipede, and it gets pretty tricky pretty quick. You can't kill the spider, by the way. That old bastard's getting quicker. So you got all these little ones appearing. Come on. You occasionally get one that looks like he's got a limp. Look, they're limping. See that? Oops. Looks like they've got a gammy leg. They're hobbling away there. Right, oh, it's game over. There we go. That is Exterminator. Right, we shall play one last game, and then we'll play a couple of Sid tunes, and then we'll go back, finish the games, and then we'll finish off with a TV program. Right, let's play. That was Exterminator. Now the next one is another arcade conversion, and this time it is based on Frogger. Now, I can't remember exactly what it's called. It might not be. A lot of the games are called. Was it Frogger 64? Is it this? It's by. No, this is the one by Inter. This was the second game that I ever bought. I bought this in Crazy Kong. I did play this, and to be fair, this isn't a bad version, but it's not that. Let me find it. Frogger Arcade. Frog. Don't know what that is. Oh god, there's so many bloody different Froggers. No, it's not that. Right, wait a minute. Reset detached cartridge. Let's jump into game base. No, it's called. It was by Livewire. Let me have a quick look in my game base and I'll find it. Because there's going to be so many, right? Rogue. I'll tell you what, if I put them into publisher, and it was by Livewire. Livewire were a really good software company. They only made a handful of games, and they just disappeared. They came and disappeared as quickly as they appeared. But some of the games they made were really good. Jumpin' Jack, that's it. Christ George, why couldn't you remember that? Jumpin' Jack, it's called. Let's see if there's a cartridge. Jumpin' Jack, and it was like 3D. Jump, Jumpman, Jumpin' Jack. There we go. Yeah, I thought this was ahead of its time. Even the presentation in this is fantastic. It had a great little Sid tune. Look at that, how cool is that? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's like Mr. Ben, I think. Have it. Little. A great game, this. It is a bit like Vision On, isn't it? Shit. You look at the wings in it, it actually looks like the wings are kind of blurred. I think that's really cool. Oh, quick, get the bird. There we go, come here, darling. Oh, balls. You get the marriage theme. Oh, come on. Java by Alan Toussaint. Oh, damn it. You die when you hit the side of the screen, apparently. Right, I'm going to go in again because that's a great game. Yeah, that's an awesome game. I mean, it's an early game, but it just plays so well. Look at that. I mean, the presentation in this, I have no idea what's going on there. Yeah, that's a tricky one, George, but let's give it a go. Yes. Oh shit. The irony being that a 3D, pseudo 3D game actually plays easier than, no, I don't want to do that, do it. Come here, doll. Come on, go down. No, don't worry. Oh, what? No way. Bloody hell. Right, we shall play. Yeah, let's play another couple of Sid tunes. So let me go to. Let me jump back to web screen. There we go. Right, the next one we're going to play. That was. What was that again? That was. Master of Magic. The next one we want to play is. Again, this film, my dad took me to see this film, and it's one of my favourite films. It's an astonishing film. My dad and I used to go jogging together, and when we saw Chariots of Fire, even now I still think it's one of the best films ever made. And the theme tune, the Vangelis, is awesome. And when I knew that Hypersports was coming out, I was really excited about it. And hi Colin, how you doing? And when I bought the game for the C64, I loaded it up, and then this happened. I was like, fucking hell, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute, why is that not playing? What? What is going on? Why is that not playing? Why is that playing? Right, I'm going to have to remove that. That's weird. I picked the right tune, but for some reason it's not playing it. Right, let me do that, and then I shall pick it again. Right, yeah, this should be Hypersports. How awesome is this? Cheers, George. Listen, buddy, thank you very much for dropping in tonight, mate. Like I says, give me a shout if you fancy coming on the channel just for a rant or whatever. Give me a shout, and I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you, mate. Take it easy. Yeah, that tune. I mean, Martin Galway absolutely nailed. He nailed the sound, certainly at the start. With like the drum effect, whatever. I mean, I think Rob Hubbard's probably my favourite Sid musician, but I think technically some of the stuff that Martin Galway did was just absolutely mind blowing. Talking of mind blowing stuff by Martin Galway, we're going to play another Sid tune, and we're going to hopefully this is going to not play Hypersports again, and it should. This is a classic. This is Whizball. Yeah, what a tune. Okay, hell, that is epic. Yeah, just, you said it better. And that's what I was trying to say, Calaxy. You've summed up perfectly. Rob Hubbard was just consistent. Yeah, every track that he did was great. But as you say, when Galway did it best. It was like, I mean, the start. I suppose we've got different. Rob Hubbard was probably more original, whereas Martin Galway was more. It was more Jean-Michel Jarre. But yeah, I think when he nailed it, it was like nobody could touch him. Fantastic. Right, let's get back to. We've got one more Sid tune. We're going to finish off with that later on. I've got another 3 games to play. Then we're going to have a TV program. Are you still up for? Are you still wanting some more, or will we call it a night shortly? What do you think? I'm up for watching a TV program before we finish. Let me know. Right, let's get back to Mr. and Webcam. There we go. Yeah, Galaxy. I played this all the time. It was released by Kingsoft and it was released by Analog Software. Love this game. It was the closest. There wasn't really a Space Invaders for the C64, and this was probably the best shoot 'em up to my mind. F1 joystick. There we go. Press F1. Oh, it's F5, isn't it? F5. And it's the wrong joystick. Let's see if we can. There we go. Right, I'm going to go for the. Even it had a kind of. It used a kind of a higher resolution of graphic, which you never really saw. And some of the sounds really good as well. Quite haunting, kind of swoopy, squeaky sound effects. Bit of flicker, but that's kind of made the game. He's going to. There we go. Right, get in there. There we are. Now, if you watched the 12-hour live stream that we did, I don't know, a good couple of years ago now, I played Paul Moz in the Zap Challenge, and yeah, I think he beat me, if I remember rightly. Oof. Oh, fucking hell. I knew that was going to happen. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, mate? Right, I'm going to go for the second ship again. Craig, what time does it start tomorrow, do you know? Yeah, I'm going to die and start again. That's not right at all. I'm good, mate. Nice to see you. We're actually enjoying some tropical weather across here in Scotland at the moment. Lovely. Right, F5. Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of. Oh, fucking hell! I'm right. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do a reset. That's terrible. Right. F1 and F5. There we go. The problem we've got, Jimmy, is we don't have any air conditioning in the UK. So yeah. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hardware. What is it? Video? Yeah, I'm going to make it NTSC, and that should, in theory, speed it up slightly, which will make it that little bit more playable, I think. Well, it is extremely playable anyway, but yeah, that's made it a wee bit quicker. I think. Maybe not. It's maybe my imagination. Oh, fucking hell! Sheesh! Take me, take me. I don't believe how bloody awful I'm playing at this game. Jesus, right, we need to, oh, we don't need to do that, we can just play again. Again, this was another one of these games that I could play, I could play for, well, not forever, I could play for a good half an hour anyway, easily. Now, if you shoot too many baddies, then you don't get the, no, I don't think I'm going to get the little beam thing. You sneaky bastard. Oof. Yeah, this game was made by Kingsoft. There's that shrieking sound, which is an extra life. Whew. Is there a C16 version of this, Craig? I'm interested to play it, actually. Yeah, you can see the slowdown. Urgh. Oh, go on then. Go on then. Boof. Come on, I hit that. Ah, interesting. Oof. My cat-like reactions saved the day. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're able to shoot things. You've basically got 2 bullets, so you've got your gun's twice as big. The downside is you're a bigger target, and obviously you're losing a life as well. Oh, fucking hell. That was like slow motion going towards it. No, you can piss off, mate. Whoa. Right, that is... what was that called? That's Galaxy. Right, we'll play another game, and again, this is, don't judge me, but this was a game that, and I've famously told this anecdote a few times. My mate Brian came down to my house one day with a C90 full of games. I only had a handful of games, and he loaded up this game, and I was blown away with it, and I asked could I copy it, and he told me that he didn't have time he couldn't stay. In other words, so he took the tape away. So what I did was I left my Commodore 64 on all night so I could then play this in the morning. And it is called Kong, and it's a fucking awful version of it. I always thought it looked really good, but it's yeah, it's not good. What did I do there? I don't know what I did there. Swap joint, did I do that? I have no idea why his nose goes up when he jumps. Yeah, barrels also defy gravity. There's come on, fucking hell, get up. Why is that fucking fireball going up there? Oh, bollocks. I think that guy looks like the quarterback in an American football, the monkey. Yeah, there is a bit of delay in the jumping, so you've... Oh, shit. Come here, you bastard. There we go. Smashed into pieces. What I'm probably going to do is, I'm just waiting for a phone call of my girlfriend, so what I might do is take 5 minutes, and then we can finish off with the TV program, and then a Sid tune, and then we'll call it a night. Come down there. Oh, bollocks. I'm not sure, Craig. I'm going with Ava, but nah, well, I don't know if we'll probably not stay the whole day because I'm actually going out tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm planning to. Okay, now. See, the graphics in this are really good. Fuck. What? What happened there? Why did I die there? Why did I die? Oh shit. Oh, come on. Can I jump that? Yes, I can. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's lucky. Come on. Yes. Yeah, the controls aren't the best. Oh, wait a minute, let's... Fuck. Come on, for fuck's sake. Come on. Oh, bollocks. Right, let's try once more, I think. It's kinda alright once you get used to the... Oh, bollocks. Once you kind of get used to the distance you need to jump, then it's... Well, I was going to say it's not too bad. But yeah, I was a sucker for the graphics in this version. Always wanted to have the Coleco version, and then when Crazy Kong came out for the C64, it just looked completely shit. Oh, bollocks. Whereas this version looked like in fact, this version probably looked better than the Coleco version. Sadly, it didn't play anywhere near as good. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Right, anyway, that's enough of that. Right, let's finish off the games with the very last one. And again, it's another analog game. And I thought it was arcade perfect. Yeah, the scrolling wasn't great. There was a new version that came out. Somebody actually improved the scrolling. And it was a version of Scramble. And it was called Scramble, funnily enough, because back then you could just name games. but I thought I was in heaven when I got this game. Yeah, you can. Somebody very cleverly improved the scrolling. They also changed the graphics, but you're better off. I think the graphics of this are excellent, and it plays really well. Like I said, apart from the scrolling's a bit rubbish, but yeah. Again, I've never managed to complete Scramble. I've got to the last. I think I've got to the very last level, but I've never managed to actually complete it. How you doing, Mark? I'm going to try a slightly different technique. I used to always try and duck, hide in the mountains. I don't know why I died there, did I actually? I must have collided with the thing. But what I've tried to do more recently is just stay out in the open and just try and avoid them. You need to make. Wait a minute. What happened there? Did something hit me? I didn't actually see anything hit me. Was that dodgy collision there? I think it was. I don't think that thing was anywhere near me. Again, that looked a wee bit dodgy. Right, we're going to go for one more go. I think the collision detection in this is slightly suspect, but it's still a great game. Come on, you've got to wait for it to say press fire to start. There we go. Ooh. Shite. I don't know whether it would be easier playing the sort of updated one with the better scrolling. Don't know. But I think this was about the closest I had to an arcade perfect game in the early days. Have I seen Scramble Infinity? Is that on the C64? Comes with. Oh, is it? I don't know if I've seen it or not. I mean, I've only got an Ultimate. I'm not sure. Is it only out for the? Oh, I think I have. So it's only available if you get the the ultimate, right? Cheers, Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in tonight, mate. Nice to see you. That is dodgy spike detection. I don't care what anybody says. That wasn't. That was dodgy spike detection. Right, anyway, that's enough games. That was my 11th game. These were the very, 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 very early games that we used to play. Right, does anybody want to finish off with a Micro Live, episode 1 of Micro Live? Who's put your hand up? If you want to finish off with that. Steve's wanting it, I want it, so that's enough for me. Right, let me just get, oh no, we can leave that there. That's fine. Right, what we do is, so this is episode 1 of Micro Live, the classic slice of BBC television. Right, I think it's about 25 minutes long, and then we finish off with the Right, enjoy. I'll obviously get a copyright strike because of that bloody music, but anyway, who cares?
Hello, you're watching Micro Live. In today's programme, we follow judo and superstars champion Brian Jacks and his family as they comb the shops of beautiful downtown Croydon, looking for
Brian with a foxy-looking wife.
If such a thing exists.
I don't think this is episode 1.
I'll be trying out the new Micro Live bulletin board. Now, if you've got a modem and you care to, you can send us messages live through the show and we'll read some out at the end. Well, that's the plan anyway. I'll be talking to John Coll about choosing a printer for your micro, and John is also going to be attempting to contact some exotic and far-flung places using only his extremely trusty modem.
And I'll be showing you how computers can protect you if you're being lasered by a dragon.
Yeah, this is not the first one, but anyway.
Welcome to our new monthly series, the only live computer programme on television. Micro Live will be each month at 6 o'clock on a Friday with news and features on micros, large computers, software, telecommunications, and of course some of the interesting people who use them. Well, this is the week in which the charity Oxfam...
Stop! Hold it! Hold everything!
Oh, what's this?
35p to you, Mac.
35p? I haven't got any money.
Well, as we're sharing...
Well,
I think so, as we're sharing the same birthday.
Micromart, what's it meant to do?
Well, it's meant to sell new and used computers and computer and related products.
So it's the magazine of the junk market of computers?
Oh, not junk.
Oh, really? Any good bargains in it?
Well, have a look through. There's plenty.
Really? IBM PC and printer. Unused, unwanted gift, quick sale.
Wonderful. Do you want
A
it?
phone mic.
Well, I should do that now if I were you.
Chief enough. He's got some good friends, hasn't he?
Certainly.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, back to Oxfam, which is making its final appeal for a second-hand, lightly used software to be brought into their shops for 3 grand sales to be held in London on the 20th of October. The idea of selling second-hand software raised some interesting questions about who's responsible if it goes wrong. Most of the software houses that we contacted in MicroLife's straw poll seemed quite happy to have their micro software sold second-hand for charity, and some had already donated new software for the appeal. In fact, this morning, Ocean Software sent us 100 copies of Daley Thompson's Decathlon, currently the #1 in the games charts, for us to forward to Oxfam. Well, this is also the week in which Sir Michael Edwards left after 6 months as chairman of ICL, Britain's largest computer company, with a payoff rumoured to be not too far from £500,000 after the company was sold to STC. So there's still fortunes to be made quickly in computers. Well done, Sir Michael. And we just heard the news that British Telecom is raising their prices by 2% and minimum phone box charges 10p from next month to boost their £1 billion profit. So there's money in the phone business too. Well done, British Telecom. But we've had lots and lots of letters here, some using old technology. They come in envelopes and are delivered by hand, and some by electronic mail, with all sorts of comments and suggestions. On this series, we're giving you an opportunity to write to us while we're on the air through a bulletin board. Well, a bulletin board is more or less exactly what it says. It's a way of you being able to send messages to this computer and also be able to read messages that are stored in the computer itself. It's a Tandy TRS-180 and it's connected into the telecom network by this Dacom 300 baud modem. And it's using TBBS software, which stands for the breadboard software. We've had a bit of trouble with it one way or another today, but we've been rehearsing it all day. Haven't we, Leslie?
We have, and I'm now about to rehearse it in public. I'm just dialing in. I'm not sure whether we can afford this call with that news from British Telecom, actually. It's ringing. Anybody there? Yeah, I've got a high-pitched whine, so that means that the call's been accepted. Place the receiver in the modem. I've got a green light.
Fantastic.
Press return. Look at that. Welcome to Micro Life. First name, right. Leslie, L-E-S-L-E-Y.
Leslie.
Leslie.
It's
Last name.
over here. You're terrible at spelling.
Never mind, we are fully
Hi, Colin.
operational.
It was working. Well done, Leslie. The problem with this bulletin board is that only one person can be connected to it at one time, just like your home telephone. So if you do dial in and get an engaged tone, please ring off and try again later. The number for the duration of this programme only is 01 811 2468.
8055.
The first 10 people to leave message on the system will get this amazing MicroLive T-shirt. Holy and absolutely valuable.
I want one.
It washes beautifully.
Does it really? Well, it certainly won't fit me. Well, each month we'll be having a film story from our American reporter, Fref. He seems to get all the best jobs. For this first programme, he's been to Hollywood.
One of the most popular tourist attractions in Hollywood is the Universal Studios Tour.
I've got a picture
chance
standing
to see
next to
behind the
that.
scenes of a major feature film studio. And when you tire of that, there's always this.
Yeah, I'm good, Colin. Thanks, mate. Hope you're doing okay.
7 times a day and 7 days a week, the Conan the Barbarian show recreates movie special effects live on stage. The effects are spectacular and often dangerous, from laser beams to explosions, and including an 18-foot-tall computer-controlled dragon called Ashley, who appears at the climax of the show.
Fref the semi-civilized here, and I think it's safe. Or at least so Peter Alexander, the show's producer, assures me. Isn't that right, Peter?
I would hope so.
Now, how long did it take you to put all these different technologies together and make this show happen?
It took 9 months to design and build the attraction.
And what controls it all? What keeps it functioning all the time?
Well, there's 2 things, really. One is a human being. That is, that there's a
Sorry, I just want to. I want to stop this for a second. I want to go back and where you see the Hollywood sign. Is that the same? Because what I want to do is, let me copy this here, copy here. I want to do add media, image, This was us on a family holiday in 1975. I'm wondering if that, I mean, that was in Universal Studios. There might be more than one of them. Anyway, sorry. Right, let's remove this and then crack on. Remove. Right, yeah. What did I remove there? I've just removed something. Remove that. There we go. Right, let's get back to. Oh, I've just removed the little Mainmeister logo. Right, where were we? We were about about here. There we go.
Attraction.
And what controls it all? What keeps it functioning all the time?
Well, there's two things, really. One is a human being. That is, that there's a technical director who watches what goes on the stage, but he interfaces with a series
Good evening,
of
Dave. How are you, mate?
That operate off a number of switches and electric eyes that make sure that the actors are safe, and so that it's possible to do all these special effects live.
The basic program material is contained on the VCR down here, which also has a SMPTE time code lapsed right with it in proper time sequence. It's then read by the SMPTE time code reader, which then sends the signal up to the basic main computer here that has bubble memories and such in there. That tells it what to do with the data at a particular frame count. It knows what bits to turn on and off, etc. The data from this computer is sent down to this other computer that can make logical decisions based on the technical director pushing a button, the actors in the proper position on their mats, etc. Okay. We also have 5 separate individual computers up here with 4 megabytes of bubble memory that contain the digital sound effects for laser blast, explosions, such as that have to be synced exactly with a laser beam. You can't access a magnetic tape fast enough to sync it properly.
How many different switches are there on this stage?
There's probably about 30 switches on the stage that the actors have to either pass through or step on or do something with.
Okay, now I know there's an effect behind us you wanted to show me. Is there a switch involved in that too?
Yes, that's a cone laser, and that's where Taurus Mordor appears. And what happens there, he's basically sitting down on a little bench seat, and he's sitting down on a pad that tells the computer that he's there. He has to face away from the laser light because, of course, the lasers would be dangerous to your eyes.
Now what's going to happen here?
Well, this is the moment in the show where Taurus Mordor turns Callias, who is the good wizard, to stone. And what he does is he comes out and he comes to center stage, right where we're standing, and he steps on this button right here. And that tells the technical director that he's in the right place and he's not going to get hit by the laser beam. Meanwhile, Callias gets on a turntable and he hits a button that says, I'm safe. Then Taurus Mordor will take this staff here and he's going to break an invisible beam. It's an electric eye that's fired off of one of the braziers right over there. And he'll put the staff up and break the beam. The laser beam will fire, and the pyrotechnics will go off, and Callias will have been turned into stone. This is the effect where Red Sonja blocks Taurus Mordor's laser staff. And what she'll do is she will take her sword and bring it down and hit this pedestal, and that will activate an electric eye, which is right back there in this little chair here, and that fires a laser from a brazier down there where Taurus Mordor is standing. At the same time as the laser beam will hit the sword, she will press this button here, which will fire a pyro, and it'll look like, you know, the laser light is exploding off the sword. And then she goes back and she does the same thing on the other side, just so it's wow, wow, like that. Just like in space opera.
I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, there's far too much that can go wrong for my liking.
And then finally, in the big finale, Ashley pulls out his #1 weapon, which is fire. Fire comes from his mouth.
Your machine gun.
This is the one effect that isn't controlled by a button in the floor. The actor who plays Conan just has to know exactly when the fire is coming and exactly how far it's going to go. And fortunately, it always comes at exactly the right time and fires, you know, exactly the right length. Otherwise, he'd be cooked. He's got a fireproof shield that he holds up, and he basically is on his own when he's doing that.
Jesus Christ.
One of the most useful extras that you can buy for your micro is a printer. But if you're thinking of getting one, have a listen to what John Cole's got to say on the subject first.
I've never seen a woman with a bow tie before.
It's a bewildering choice, John, and I wouldn't know where to start to break it down.
Yes, it is bewildering. There are two main divisions.
Bewildering, that's a word you don't hear very
matrix
often.
Printers and daisy wheel printers. And we'll have a look at some dot matrix ones first. This one over here is a little tiny dot matrix printer, £99. But its disadvantage is that it uses special paper.
I'd call it loo paper, actually. It's not very pretty,
Very
is it?
similar, not perforated, but about the right size. It is special in that it's thermal paper, and you have to actually heat it up to make it turn black. Now, all dot matrix printers work on the same sort of principle, and we've got a caption which shows how that works. If we can see the caption, you'll see that there are a row of 7 pins vertically, and on the heat-sensitive one, those heat up, and where they land, they make the paper turn black. So you form the characters in that way, a matrix of dots.
Right, now, do all dot matrix printers have to use this special paper, as you call it?
No, they don't, and that's a disadvantage of that one. This one over here, the Brother printer, uses ordinary paper. You see how good it is? Let's try like that instead. There we go.
Yeah.
That's just using ordinary paper, this time hitting the paper through a ribbon.
Right, well, that's much more pleasing, being ordinary paper, isn't it?
It
Can
is.
we have a look at a close-up of the print that does?
Yes,
It looks
and
like...
if you look carefully, I think you'll see...
Oh, there we are. Oh. There looks like there's something actually wrong with that, because, look, you've got wonky G's there.
All right, well, you insist on using this phrase, wonky G's. I must educate you. They're not wonky G's. There are no descenders on the G's. The letters like G and J and Y, which ought to go below the line, don't manage it, because there are only 7 pins. And if you want to print things below the line as well, you need 9 pins.
Can you get the extra 2 pins? I mean, can you buy them as an attachment?
Well, so do it yourself.
That's a serious question.
No, afraid not.
No, so that's a characteristic that you are lumbered with.
Absolutely.
With that. It looks like a typewriter. Can you work it as a typewriter?
You can. You can pull the interface out here and then just use it.
Oh,
as
I had a
ordinary
Star
type.
LC10,
Now, but
bloody
will
hell.
these two dot matrix printers
That was
fit
my
up
first
to
ever
any computer?
printer that I got
No,
for
they
the
won't.
C64.
This BBC computer has got interfaces for both that one and that one, a serial interface and a parallel. But in fact, some computers haven't got any interface at all. And probably the most important thing, if you're going to buy a printer, I would say, is to go into the shop with your computer and physically see it working. It's terribly important. Then, grab hold of a bit of wire that the sales guy is using and take that piece of wire out of the shop. Don't get fobbed off and told, oh, any old bit of wire will do, because there are an awful lot of
You
differences.
see, I'd have thought the cable was the least of your worries.
I know, too many people do, but in fact, at £25 a shot, that
Expensive
sort of area,
mistake.
you
Actually,
can't-
talking about
yes.
price, we mentioned this one was £99. What
Right,
was this one?
165.
Right, so they're cheap and cheerful comparatively.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I don't know, the print looks computerish. It would
Right.
never pass as a typewritten letter,
Right.
would it?
So let's have a look at the daisy wheel output, which helps to solve that. Now, here's a daisy wheel.
Look at the
Camera
bloody
one can come
size of
right
them.
in and have a look at that. This
Nope,
daisy
camera
wheel
up.
is a plastic disc with a lot of petals on it, and on the end of each petal are embossed letters A to Z. And a hammer comes forward, pushes the petal forward against a ribbon, it lands on the paper and makes a mark.
And actually, it makes quite a nice mark, doesn't it?
It does, very nice indeed. If we have a look at this one here, push that button, right, you can get that on camera, see that the letters are formed beautifully.
Yeah, very nice and very clear. And that's the same lettering on both of those machines. I was
It
helping
is.
you along there, you see. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So you got the same lettering, but is that the only lettering that you can get out of this daisy wheel printer?
No, if you want, you
That
can
must print
change
us like
daisy
that.
wheels. You can pull that
Just
one out and put a
boring
new one
there.
in.
And that's not a screwdriver job. That's just.
You take the lid off, circle around inside,
Yeah.
but you don't change daisy wheels in the middle of a sentence. You can change it in documents.
So you can change style.
Bit of a nuisance.
Yeah. And what about underlining things like that? Can you do that?
Yes, you
please?
can underline if you send the right commands to the machine. And to send the commands, you need things called printer drivers. That's a bit of software which fits in the computer and sends the right codes to the printer.
Are all computers and printers well catered for with printer drivers?
No, that's another major problem, and that is that if you go for an obscure printer, you probably won't find a driver. But if you go for Olivetti's or Epson,
Ah,
or
you're in
something like that,
Scotland,
well-known
David.
printers,
I used to
then
go
you'll
to
be able
Silicon
get printer
Centre
drivers
as
for
well,
them.
yeah,
you're
top of Leith Rock.
Well, something like that, Mac. Not exactly.
I was about to say you've got to stick to the main road. I think we're mixing our metaphors slightly here. Never mind. Right, hang on. What I wanted to ask is price on these two Daisy wheels.
Okay, £3.80 and £9.25.
And what do you get for the difference?
About
Holy
twice the speed.
shit, £1,000.
So you really need to know what you want your printer to do. Because if you don't need the speed, it's £400 down the drain.
Right.
On the other hand, if you want the good lettering, it seems to me you're better off with a Daisy wheel, yes?
Well, yes, it's not, unfortunately, as simple as that. It used to be, a year ago, Daisy wheels were the marvellous thing, and dot matrix pretty grotty. But if you have a look at this one, this is a dot matrix printer, and I don't know if you can see on camera, but there is some very, very high quality print out there. Probably not close enough.
Yeah,
but it's almost letter quality. Right.
Yeah, and lovely, lots of variety, a different print as well, and underlining.
Noisy as fuck, though.
All sorts of bells and whistles, and for only £500.
Best of both worlds.
Very attractive indeed.
Yeah, still £500.
Bit like yourself, Leslie.
That's an Epson.
Yeah.
Good printers. Here is another Epson at about £300, and it's a smaller version of the other one, it's the RX80. Beautiful printer. You can not only do high quality text, but you can also do screen dumps. And you can...
Sorry?
Screen dumps. Come on, I tell you all about this. It means taking a picture off the screen, dropping it onto the printer, every facet right. It doesn't matter whether it's a picture or whether it's text or anything else, so it comes out exactly right. To do that, you have to have another bit of software, a printer driver, like the Print Master, which enables you to run with a BBC Micro out to the Epson.
And the Epson is well catered for with software, so
Beautiful printer.
Safe with that.
Yes, really good.
Right. And also, presumably, because of the system, you'd better steer clear of Daisy wheel printers if you do want pictures and graphics as your main requirement.
Got to. You can only really do graphics, well, you can't do graphics on a Daisy wheel, put it that way.
How about this? We've got a Canon here, which is churning out colour. Is that more expensive?
£500
What was it,
if you want
Citizen something? That was the printer I used to get.
You have to make up your mind, really, don't you?
What I really want, though...
I knew you'd leave the best till last. What is it?
Look at this.
A laser.
Just look at this. This is a laser printer, and this one is going to leave the studio with me. Right, laser printer, beautiful, £3,000, and I'm taking it.
And wonderfully quiet, I must say, out of its favour. Though
beautiful.
£3,000 worth of silence, I'm not sure. I think I'll have some noise for my money. Speaking of noise, you've been talking all day about going and talking to the world with a modem.
Right.
Please go and talk, John.
I will. See you later.
This is good going from Brian Jacks.
The World Superstars competition in the Bahamas, 1980, and Britain's Brian Jacks yet again stunned the crowds with his all-round athletic ability.
It's real endurance of the whole body.
I love Superstars.
Yes, locks it. Big smiles all round for Brian Jacks. Supporters absolutely delighted.
Now Brian runs his own business, giving judo exhibitions throughout the country.
Julie and I have decided to buy a computer, but we've looked in all these different magazines. We've got hundreds of magazines, and we're just not too sure what to buy. I've found that, having looked through one of the magazines, that there's at least 60 different types of home computers on the market.
60?
And we're just not too sure what to buy. We're really confused. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to go around to the shops and have a good look and see what we want. But basically, I believe that we need something that's going to help Philip, our young lad,
with his homework,
in his schooling and so on.
Of course it does.
And something that's also going to help Julie with her typing and to do the office work for me. Croydon seemed the most obvious place to try, since it's nearby and there's a variety of good stores to wander around. We were surprised at the number of computer shops which have opened there in the last few months. But we decided to start with a shop we know well, Smith's in the Whitgift Centre, which now has a large computer department.
What now? Because this is completely new to me.
First you hit the escape key, like that, to get the text.
It's just a standard tape. It takes about 10 minutes. So.
It's the size of this, a really ugly thing, isn't it? This one, it's enormous, isn't it?
Yeah, you get sort of hard disk, that sort of size now.
I love computer
My wife would go
departments in
berserk
stores.
if she saw the size of that.
So what if, would that print out on there?
Yes, it will.
Because the idea is I'm interested in for letter writing.
Except good things on that one.
Is it not loaded yet?
It is still loading.
Oh God, look at the games Pitfall and Counter. Look at that.
It takes ages.
Julie quite liked the look of the BBC Micro.
Yeah, the thing about the BBC is
I like the look of Julie.
computer, but there's an electron.
It's expensive, is it?
Yeah.
He's in boots
Oh, I
now,
saw
look.
plenty of
That's
money,
his
don't worry
boots.
about that.
Well, there's an electron as well, and that costs £200.
That is the BBC equivalent, though, is it? I'm totally confused, you
It's
see.
built by the same company,
Is it?
and it speaks the same language, so if somebody writes stuff at school or programs and things, they can come and
I
run
see.
it at home on this machine.
He's
Okay,
more
bye-bye.
interested in toys.
It's down at Philip. At the local department store, we were totally spoilt
Wow.
for choice, but we did manage to see a demonstration on the Atari.
Right, if we press E, we can edit the text. Right? There's some text in there already. It just says this is a demonstration, etc.
Okay.
If we want to change a word there, press Control, cursor key, and type in.
What's this that Philip's playing with?
This is actually a touch tablet for use with an Atari Artist program. Atari Artist is a bit like this word processor, but it's for pictures. To actually change the program, just take this cartridge out here, place this one in.
Back when
My word,
shop
that was
assistants wore shirts and
Right,
ties.
here we are.
How much does that cost?
That program with this touch tablet is £70.
And the actual machine?
The machine.
Yeah, I know. Wonderful, isn't it?
So they're all extras. Everything you
These
buy
are
is
all
an
extras.
extra.
According to what you would do.
By now, my brain was hurting more than my feet. It seemed that each assistant had his own favourite computer. This made it difficult to make an objective choice. That's a tiny one, look at that, look. Well, that's the Sinclair Spectrum.
Oh, there's old Atari.
I wonder what that thing is at the bottom.
Oh, you feel those keys, Brian? They're like rubber.
I don't think you'd be able to type very well with that, would you? Try it.
No. Oh, no, I couldn't use that one.
Can you just tell us a little bit about the Spectrum?
Well, the Spectrum has been out for quite a while now, so there is a fair degree of software available for it. Mostly balancing out between educational and game software.
I'll tell you what we'd like to go on to after. We'd like to have a look at the Oric, if that's
He's
possible.
not interested in that one.
Right.
Are the graphics good on that particular one?
They are. The Oryx graphics are particularly good, but at the moment they're not being exploited as much as they could do, simply because, being a new machine, you haven't got a terrific range of software out.
Do they have a disk unit for this one?
There is a disk drive coming out for the Oryx, but again, that is only on the drawing board at the moment.
Yeah, I think really we better stick to
In other
something
words, he's
that's,
got no idea.
More
Unknown
readily
quantity.
available, haven't we?
Right.
Philip!
Those are gone now.
Philip!
Got the tailies. Brilliant.
Can I borrow the pen? Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
So, if you want to see which one we chose, then you'll just have to look in next month. Thank goodness for that. I think I'm still confused, aren't you?
Brian Jackson family, and I'm not surprised at Brian's confusion. So far, we've had lots of people try to get onto us, and the only thing we've got is Eric Schwartz of Harvenden. We managed to get his name, but so far no address, so keep on trying. Well, I'm often asked what sort of computer I should buy for the home, and it's a very difficult question to answer. Often I say to somebody, don't buy a computer unless you really have to. Well, Which, the magazine of the Consumers Association, has done a buying guide for computers, and they've come out with 5 computers ranging from a Sinclair Spectrum at about £130 up to a BBC Micro. But you can see how problematical it is when you look at the cover, and there on the cover is a Dragon 32, and shortly after this, Dragon itself ran into problems and got itself acquired. So in the October edition of Which, we find that they're recommending that it comes out of their list of front runners. When you go into business micros, it becomes even more difficult, and there are several hundred items of equipment to choose from. And Which Computer this month has a wonderful article saying it's the only buying guide you'll ever need. And, of course, that isn't an exaggeration. It's interesting inside, though, when you look at it, the article starts off by saying, survival kit for your computer purchasers, and it gives some rather interesting horror stories. Here's one. How about this? There's some 2,000 dealers, many of whom are unscrupulous, dishonest, technically ignorant or unstable. In the last 12 months, 600 dealers went out of business. They then go on to state about all the problems you can get into installing a business computer, losing control of your stock, losing contact with your customers and so on, and finally going bankrupt as a result of the combination of all these. Well, if you've met a dishonest dealer, you've met an unscrupulous one, or an ignorant one, or you've been driven out of business by a computer, please let us know. We had a rather interesting comment in one paper today. It said a firm of London solicitors won £16,000 in damages after being sold a computer they didn't need. The judge involved in the case pointed out the firm would have been better off to stick to their manual methods. As somebody's pointed out, it's rather like finding you guilty of manslaughter if you sell a motorbike to a teenager who hasn't got a licence and the first thing he does is take off and drive into a tree. Well, I've been joined by Stephen Castell, who is an information technology consultant. Welcome, Stephen. He's also the author of a book called Computer Bluff. What's new, Stephen?
Well, Mac, I've been looking at so-called smart cards and laser cards, memory cards. This one is the Drexon.
I bet you that guy's a bit...
made from a substance called Drexon, made by the Drexler Corporation in the States. Data can be stored in it by a photographic process rather than an electronic process, so it can be read by a low-powered laser. And some of us are predicting that this kind of card will be the computer product, personal computer memory device of the future. This little beauty stores about 2 megabytes, that's about 800 A4 pages of text. Obvious applications, software distribution, electronic publishing, that's manuals and textbooks, and of course, perhaps a complete medical history of a person could be kept on one and you could keep it with you. Compared with that, the sort of standard credit card, of which it's the same size, just stores about 45 words or so on its little magnetic stripe. Another type of smart card is the one which has...
Just to go back to that Drexel card, yeah. I understand that BPC, Bob Maxwell's organisation, has taken out the licence in the UK. What do you think he's going to use it for?
Well, we'd probably have to wait and see, but it's interesting that it's the only UK company that's actually licensed the technology, and it's a publishing company, so he's obviously got his very much the future of this new medium. And look forward with interest to see what he does with it.
One of the things I read about it said it could store your picture on it, and I thought, well, you know, it's not much use if you haven't got the equipment to read it back, and it would seem to me there'd be an innovation to actually store your picture in the shape of photographs, so everybody could read it. Is it really an improvement on that?
I don't know. I think it's a bit of a sort of solution looking for a problem at the moment, but it does open up the whole question of image processing and image storage, and I think there's some fascinating developments there in the future. Another type of smart card is this, of which this is an example. It has only 4K of memory in it. By comparison with the other one, it's rather tame, but of course it does have intelligence with it. And one of the interesting products which this fits in with is a telephone product. This is called the Memotel. One can slip it in here. It's a repertory dialer, normally stores about 150 numbers selected by a single button stroke or perhaps a couple. With this one you can stuff it in and get about 600 more numbers. Now, take it from your London Memotel across to your New York Memotel, and hey presto, you can find that just exactly the same keystrokes will select the same telephone numbers. The intelligence in the card interfacing with the unit in New York knows that it's in New York and puts the right prefix codes on, so you don't have to worry about it. And that's quite a smart.
One of those in New York.
Well, this is the problem, of course. One needs the readers and the applications to use it properly.
What else is happening?
What else is happening? Well, it's been an interesting 2 months for developments generally, very weighty developments in information technology. We've had things like the British Telecommunications Act becoming law, BT PLC being formed, Oftel, the Office of Telecommunications, and BT going public next month to make even more money, presumably, out of their new prices. We've had the Data Protection Act becoming law, and we've had things like a report from NEDO about the information technology crisis, they put it.
Of course, we've got a new Minister of Technology. Kenneth Baker's moved on to pastures greener.
That's right. Are they greener? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, only he can tell,
yes.
hopefully.
What do you think of that?
Well, I'm in 2 minds about it. This government, you know, when it first came in, seemed to start off so many good initiatives in information technology. Many of us applauded them. I mean, the whole BBC and schools micro programme is one of them. I've just got a sneaking suspicion at the moment that we're seeing something which may be summarised as sort of yesterday's men trying to apply today's solutions to tomorrow's problems, and I fear that some of these initiatives are going to go fut on us.
The hell does that mean?
Sorry about that.
That hurts. Well, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
One event that showed today's computer technology was the Personal Computer World Show held last week at Olympia in London. It modestly claims to be the greatest micro show on Earth, so how could we miss it? Yeah, well, it may have had the highest technology on the planet, but as we plugged in our lights, we fused the power to Apricot stand for 2 hours. Sorry, Apricot. Here's Leslie.
I don't know whether the PCW show is really the greatest micro show on Earth, but it
Oh,
was
I loved
certainly
him.
packed the day I was
I
there.
loved him.
And showing me some of the things which particularly interested him was journalist Chris Palmer. Okay, Chris, you've dragged me to the apricot stand. Why?
Oh, primarily because it's British.
Well, that's a good enough reason. What else?
Well, it's the new Apricot Portable. Unfortunately, you still need a mains point to plug into.
Yeah.
And it's worth actually saying that the monitor over here is an addition which you can make to the system.
Ah,
The portable part is this bit you see
So
here.
you've got a liquid crystal display which would show everything a standard monitor
Yeah, I mean,
shows.
you can use it as that. You don't need the monitor.
So it's this and this. And am I right thinking there's no other wires apart from the mains lead?
Certainly. The keyboard itself communicates with the the main part of the computer via infrared in the same way that your TV or video controller would.
Well, that makes it very neat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Another nice factor about this is the mouse. This one has actually been primarily designed to be used handheld, and it's also infrared controlled, so you can move about the room or your desk while you're using it.
Or sit in an easy chair.
Or sit in an easy chair.
Now tell me about this liquid crystal display.
Well, this is one of the biggest liquid crystal displays that's yet become available on any computer. The same sort of display you'd get in a watch or a calculator, only much, much bigger. So it means that you have a usable area to work on the screen.
Ah, now this is more my level.
Yes.
I like it. Colours and shapes, but great for kids.
Yeah, absolutely ideal for kids. What it actually is a touch-sensitive pad which interfaces into the major micros. And so, as you say, great for kids because from an early age they're not really that happy with a keyboard, and so you've got something here which you've got colours and shapes on which a kid can relate to and actually use. And
this is Micro Live episode 1, the very, very first episode.
And this is Apple's latest addition to their range, the Macintosh. And what I wanted to show you is a rather wonderful piece of software that's running on it, which is a visual database.
What do you mean by that? Is there's pictures of houses instead of words?
Yes, I mean, what they've done is, obviously your visual senses are a lot stronger than looking at words or numbers. So if we want the information on that particular house there, we point to it and press the button and it marks that house, and we ask it to link.
Yeah.
So it's now going to link through to some more detailed information on that house. Say you're interested particularly in the size of the living room. So once again, you point at the living room and it would highlight it there on the screen, and you now ask for info on the living room. And now it actually comes up and it says, right, the living room is what you're looking at. It's 200 square feet. It's got 2 closets and 6 windows.
Are you telling me that this is an ordinary personal computer?
It's an ordinary home computer and it's got
the old music maker, I had that.
on top of it.
It's just an attachment.
Yeah, it's a mechanical keyboard, and the way it actually works is when you press the key here, it's actually pressing the key on the keyboard underneath it.
But look, for someone like me, who I can't read music or play music, how much fun would I get out of this?
Well, one of the nice features, because it's a software-based system, you can actually tell it to remember the notes you play. So you've got an inbuilt sequencer which will remember what you play on the keyboard.
Ah, and since we've got the notes here written down, so if I read them out to you,
Right,
you
we'll
ready?
have a go at inputting this.
G. This is where have all the flowers gone, incidentally.
Right.
G, A, G, F, E, D, C. That didn't sound like where have all the flowers gone to me.
No, but one of the other nice features about it is you can actually play it back in the time by just tapping one key. So if we now ask it to remember the time, I'll tend to actually play it back as it should be. And if you hit it again, it'll actually play back, remembering the time you put into it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to me. I think I got rid of it with my C64.
£25,000. Let's put the lid on it.
The old Eureka.
A lot of money.
I don't think I've ever seen so much money in my life. Right, where's the... Oh, no, don't say I've lost the key. Oh, you got the key. Great. Right, now £25,000, that is some prize, isn't it? I know, I mean, the oil companies do it, the newspapers do it, but is this the first time that a computer firm's done it?
This amount of money for a computer firm, that is actually the prize for the first person to solve the adventure called Eureka.
Which was...
Now, Eureka is a multi-part adventure game. There are 5 actual adventures and 5 arcade games. And you have to complete each one in sequence before you can actually get to the end and claim the money.
Right, so you don't just win like that.
No, it's a long slog.
Right, so where do I get a game?
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till the 31st of October, which is when they actually become generally available. You can read
I'll read it. We've got a hilarious message here from the States. And what's it saying? Be sure to let all your viewers know that we in the colonies are very big on things British. I mean, a person can't buy something in a supermarket without seeing the latest news on Lady Di or rollicking Randy Prince Andy. We're also real fond of Maggie Thatcher and Boy George. Personally, though, I think George is the best dressed of the two. I think Maggie Thatcher would look pretty silly with all that hair, though. That's the only thing. Now, listen, that's a lovely message. What, from America?
Yes, that one I think's from America.
And it's
I'm
but
sure
it's not the
Prince
same
Andy
thing as
would love
electronic
that.
mail, is it?
No, we are not on electronic mail and we're not on chat. We're on a system called Party.
And what does that mean? Party, whoopee,
No,
lots of people
it's
joining
not quite
in?
in that sense, although it's a sense of a lot of people joining together. It's participation in a conference.
I see.
And so this is a conference which is set up worldwide. We've got a real problem at the moment because of time scales. It's 1 o'clock in New York. They're asleep in Australia, so we've had to wake somebody up and tell them to come online. But we've got a conference running right around the world.
I never realised that. That's
With all this party talking, poor old Mac can't get a word in edgeways. I think he's got something useful to say, actually. Mac?
Oh, well, thank you, Leslie. Well, we all know what happens. These computers really aren't as easy to use as they say. When you switch them on, you get something like this. Well, I didn't expect it to make music at me, but they give a greater than sign with a flashing cursor like this. And if you want to do something, you probably have to type in something like *cat, which is a catalogue or directory, and it will give you a list of the programs you've got stored here on your disk. And then to load a program, you probably have to type chain, and not forgetting to put it in quotation marks, and we'll put out live 1.
Yeah, me too, Steve.
That will load it and then run it.
I'd love to go back
with
to this,
luck,
even for a week. It's
and
awesome times.
You've got to know the sequence of things
Everything
to do.
was
It's
new.
specialised for each computer you're running on. With a professional computer, something like this, when you switch it on, you'll get a screen with the various alternatives at that particular point well outlined. In this particular machine, it's in a rather nice graphic form, and you can move the cursor along and select another one and get another a series of options of things you can do at that point. It's called a menu. In this case, they're all graphics. You can do a similar sort of thing on your micro. And the great advantage of it is that you can go up to it, see what options are available, and anybody else can do the same. And we can do the same sort of thing.
I love how passionate guys like him are about the hobby.
The problem really comes in 2 parts. Firstly, to have a program that will do the menuing itself. And secondly, you need a little program so that when you switch your machine on, you automatically go into the menu. Well, we've written a little program here, and we'll have a look at that and see what it looks like. Well, this menu gives you an option of 3 programs that we have on disk. And of course, you're not limited to the names that you have on the disk. You can call them whatever you like. And we've got a list of 3 here. You type in a 2 and it will come. And surprisingly, the code is really quite short. And I can show you that. And there it is. That's the total code for producing this menu program. And it's a very, very nice, simple little system. But that's only half the battle. What we need to do is to get it so I can run that as soon as I switch the computer on. And this is called booting the system. I think it comes either from bootstrapping the system when you switch it on, or probably dim and distant past when there were valve computers, and you switched it all on and the old electrons didn't flow, and you lifted up your foot and gave it a real boot, and it sprang into life, and you got some code going. So we have on this particular machine to type *build* *boot, and then the first thing we want the machine to do when we switch it on. In this case, we want to chain menu, just as we did before. So we can escape from that, and I'll switch it off, switch the machine on again, and then I'll do a shift break, and automatically I'm straight into the menu. And I hit a 2, and hopefully Steve's graphic will come up. It's a lot easier, it's very straightforward, it's very simple. And if you're interested in doing this yourself, we'll give you details on how to get more information at the end of the programme. Well, next month, the government is expected to announce the date for the sale of British Telecom shares. And on MicroLive, we'll be discussing the possible effects of both privatisation and liberalisation on the phone service and how it's going to affect you. Fred will be reporting from America on the breakup of American Telephone and Telegraph, the company that at one time had a virtual monopoly of the phone service in the US. And we'll be doing parallels between there and here. While he was filming in the opening to that story on Madison Avenue in New York, unknown to him, I was also in town. Up till then, we'd not met, just seen each other on television. This is what happened on take 3.
It used to be simple in America. God was in his heaven and all was right with the world. IBM made computers. AT&T, American Telephone and Telegraph, made telephones. And smaller companies supplied things the big guys didn't care about. Like
Hello, Fred. What are you doing talking to yourself on the street? Hey, Lyle. How are you doing?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mac.
Good to see you after all this time.
You know something?
I've only seen
You're
an
a lot
electronic
realer.
replica.
You're a lot realer in real life than you are in television.
Yeah, you've got more depth too that way.
And height and breadth and everything. You're wearing a tie today.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
They're
That's
filming
Marky.
this,
I
aren't
thought
they?
for New
Those
York.
sons of bitches are filming this. you sick, twisted, deviant producer.
Motherfuckers.
We thought you'd like it. I just came over for the day
Oh,
to
Fred
see you.
Harris is still
and they
alive,
said you're talking
although
here
he's
in the middle of
technically not
Madison
in this.
Avenue. I should come over and say, how are you doing,
You wanna
Fred? And
trade-
how did you get such a daft name anyway?
Well, actually, it was a nickname when I was a kid. I was madly in love with this girl in high school, see? She was gorgeous, but she thought I was cute, which is not what I wanted. Anyway, we started doing these guerrilla theater routines, and she gave everybody names. It's all very complicated. She gave me the name Frep, and I discovered it was a good name for artwork.
And I understand in the telephone book it's I am Fred.
No, it's just Frep. Although, boy, the places it does, the things it does to computers around here, I am R. Frep to the telephone company because they took the M off Mr. I am Mr. Frep with no space to the electric company, and I am Mr. spelled out Frep to MasterCard. It's very strange.
So what are you going to do for the program? What interests you?
All kinds of things. I've been working with computers for years, okay, but in a small way, and I've changed my life with them. I'm fascinated seeing the way they're changing other people's lives, because when I bought mine, people thought I was some kind of alien. They said, computer, that's very strange, isn't it? In fact, I had to drive 40 miles out of the city to buy one because there were no stores in Manhattan then.
There must be 50 within 100 yards of here. just about.
Damn close. Very, very close to that, yes.
Are people using them in the home in Manhattan?
Yes, more and more. You get a lot more
Look at the
things
cars.
with microprocessors in them, of course. Microwave ovens, refrigerators, everything's got something. I mean, they'll have ballpoint pens with microprocessors.
Leslie Judd is
To help tell
79.
you when you've misspelled words.
Jesus.
Are you using some of the bulletin boards we talked about on that live show we did? Do you use
As
them
a
yourself?
matter of fact, one of the things I do here in New York is I'm co-chairman of an organization called the Centauri Users Group, which is Centauri is an Apple-based musical instrument, a computer digital synthesizer. And just last night, we organized our own bulletin board just for the 50, 60 members in the New York area to call into New Jersey, leave software, leave programs, new sounds, new samples, compositions, just, for the
And
call.
how many people are phoning in now?
Well, since we only opened it up today, I'll find out when I get home.
What sort of advice do you give to young kids when they're buying their first micro?
Well, save money. Things are changing so fast, and the power of computing is coming down in price and increasing in quality so rapidly that what they should do is look at what they'd like to do, buy something that will do that, no more, no bells and whistles, just exactly what they need, because in a year they'll have a better scope on what they really need and be able to spend their money more wisely.
I did see a Sinclair ZX80 at $36. It must be just about down to the price of a paperback book.
It's probably getting to the point where it's, I'd say in 6 months, you'll probably be able to buy one for the cost of shipping it from England.
It's great to see you, great to be with you.
It's a pleasure
You're
to
coming
meet
out
you,
to dinner
Papa.
tonight?
Absolutely. I
Well
wanted
done.
to know something. Can we change jackets here? I was wondering if... Oh, come on.
That's awesome, Claxton. Wow.
Yeah, okay. Do you know, in the last 5 minutes, I mean, this thing's been so busy, about 40 messages have come in, so that means that although contributors have been alerted that they could leave messages earlier, they're all doing it now, aren't they?
Yes, coming in from all over the place. We've got some from Australia,
Yeah.
some from Japan, some from the States,
Yeah.
and obviously me over here.
Yeah. How much do you know about all these people?
Well, when we set this up on Tuesday, I knew absolutely nothing. And to find out about the people, you can say PJ, which means Profile the Joiners.
Yeah.
And that gives you a list of everybody who's on the conference, who's decided to join.
Oh, yeah.
And Harry, myself, Dr. Tom, whoever that is, Norm C, that's Norman Choi, Cherwin, Shari, Maud Dibb, who's Joey in Tokyo.
Well, Stuart, that was the American guy we had the first message off, wasn't it?
That's right, that was Stuart. So there are a list of names, and after that you can actually go in and you get a profile on a particular person, so you can begin to find out more about them.
We were talking about time difference. Presumably you do have to take that time difference into account.
Very
because,
much,
I mean, for
yeah.
instance, American business hours have been, what, they're at the moment, aren't they?
That's right. That's why I thought we'd have quite a lot of difficulty with this demonstration, because, they're actually working.
Yeah. So it would be irresponsible, really, to go diving in on their work
Exactly.
programmes,
Don't
rather.
interrupt. Go on.
I was just going to ask you then, how much does it cost to
Right.
contact, to do all this?
OK. We spent about £3 on the
Could you do the
satellite
next
time.
bit next month?
I will,
I think
certainly.
we've got to stop now, because we've
Okay.
been so busy talking around the world, we're going to leave poor Mac with no time to talk with people around the corner.
Right, local.
Well, one advantage about doing a live programme is you can correct mistakes as you go along. Orica phoned up to say that the Lasky salesman didn't quite get it right. There is a disc drive available, and it costs £269. And we do have some messages that have come through. Good evening to all at Micro Live. Suggest you emphasise this is a 300 baud system, which is important. Hello, Mum and Dad.
It's pretty cool that this
And
is
hello to
actually
Michelle.
happening
Good
out
luck to all
live.
of the Beeb. I think that means everybody. Greetings from Basildon iTech Computer Club. This programme is a great idea. Let's see more of it. Oh, I like the idea of that. Hello, Mac. Great programme. That's good. I like that. Hello, Micro Alive. What a load of old rubbish. This is my last one. Put a more of Leslie Judd, or I shall turn off my set. Is that clear? I like that. There's another one from Daisy Wheel. I'd like you and Leslie to come for dinner with me.
You're making them up. Come
You
on,
mean
can I have
Daisy Wheel?
my
That's a good
messages,
one.
please?
No,
Can I have my
yes,
messages?
you can. There's another one. I'd like you all to come to dinner with me and my boyfriend, Hugh Manfactors. You like that?
That's a pretty good name, isn't it?
Hugh
It's an
Manfactors,
absolutely brilliant name, yeah.
Yeah, they live at Disk Drive.
And they live at Disk Drive.
It is.
I bet it's a very, very long number as well, Mac.
Yeah, it is. The brother's called Icon. And they're
How you
going to an
doing,
Indian
Dale?
takeaway prepared by Mr. Ram Chip.
And the guest personality is Dot Matrix.
Dot Matrix, that's right. She's
Okay,
beautiful.
okay.
Well, from next week, the Microlife bulletin board will be open all the time. But there will be a new phone number. It's 01 579 2288. 579 2288. Now, if you want more details about anything on the show, there are a number of ways to obtain it. You can, of course, get information from the bulletin board itself, or you can write into an address which we'll give at the end of the programme for some programme notes.
And if you're on Telecom Gold, then you can find all that information by typing info BBC One, and you can also send messages to us on BBC 100, and you can find us on Prestel, page 80,000.
What the heck happens on all the other 79,999?
I don't know, Mac, I only got to page 3.
Page 3. Well done. Do something during the week. Well, there's information including programme listings on CFAX, page 700 onwards, and some of the programmes we've already shown are available on telesoftware. And after all that, if you haven't got a micro, don't forget you can win a BBC computer and £50 worth of software every week by entering a competition in the Listener magazine. And since few people who read the Listener seem to understand computers, your chance of winning is rumoured to be very high. That's all for this month. The next programme is live on Friday, November the 9th. See you then.
Fantastic, yes, when life was much simpler. Right, listen folks, that is, we're almost at 4 hours, wow. I hope you enjoyed it. I've had a great time, even though I'm spending bullets off here. Yeah, I should be along on Sunday. Now, there was a bit of discussion going on in Discord a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me, asking me if I would do another 12-hour live stream. Is that it now? That's weird. Why was that still playing Whizball? I don't know, where the hell's Whizball about? I have no idea why Whizball's there. Weird, because I can't actually hear it. Yeah, is that fine? Anyway, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, people have been asking me about doing another 12-hour live stream. I don't think I'll ever do another one where it's what do you call it? Where I'm going to have guests, but I will be quite up for doing a 12-hour live stream at some point. Just playing games or whatever. I don't know. I'll have a wee think about it. Yeah. Right, anyway, listen, it's 10 to midnight, so listen, thank you very, very much to everybody that's stuck with me for the almost 4 hours on a Friday night. I mean, that's a special time you should be spending with other people and not listening to me. So I am going to hopefully finish off with why can't I hear that? Just give me 1 second. Hang on. Oh, I can hear it now, right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go, and we're going to finish off with one other tune, my last tune. Now, this was one that was picked by Lacosa back in the day. Come on, there we go. Right. Let me just pause this. Yeah, this was picked by Lacosa, and I thought this is awesome. It's based on obviously a track from the Tornadoes back in the 50s. So I'm going to say good night and just let you enjoy this little Sid tune. So till next time, folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend.
Bye.